by side in his mirror. He's playing with the bottom here. Stay with the bottom. Big wreck in your mirror. Big wreck in your mirror. Oh no! Oh my God! That looked awful.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. TARNATIONTV.com live on the YouTube channel. Rod Weston says we're back, and that is exactly what we're doing. We're back here on Saturday night. This is the All-Star Racing League. We are racing at Talladega. This is race number 6 of 10 in season number 2. That's a lot of words. My name is Blaine Donlan, joined by, like I said already, Rod Weston.
Yes, sir, and we are halfway through the season. That's pretty awesome. Last season, we got to the halfway point. We had a lot of mix-up for the first half of the season where, different drivers up top in the front and whatnot, and then got down to around to the halfway point. We started seeing the regular drivers that, I hate to say it this way, but, the guys, the cream that rides to the top. And really, it's kind of been that same way, a little bit different, but same. Doug Hewitt's been up there really kind of stinking up the show. But unfortunately, took a couple weeks off. So he's back in points, back in the 8th in points. Danny Carroll, same, as always, runs really stout at this Superspeedway racing. He is the current point leader over Ken Roberts by 29 points. Third place, Cody Lamas in third with 30 behind. Chuck McClure is 34 behind. Mike Mangialardi is 36 behind. Greg Lovell's 41. Brian Wolf is 77. Yeah, number dyslexia kick in there, 67. And Doug Hewitt is back there for 49 out. So goes all the way back to Robert Springs, 55, and Douglas McCarthy is 57. So there really is not a lot of span, So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But normally we get about this point, we start seeing, like I said, the cream rise to the top.
It's crazy how tight it is, too, because the point system here, too, really does benefit people who get that podium finishes, right? They get the little bit extra points for third, even a couple more for second, and even a couple more from each place. For first, I think they get like almost 8 or 9 more points than like second, or I don't know why I can't remember what it is. We do a lot of broadcasting, but it's a good bump.
5 more points than the second place car. And then it drops from there to about, 3, down. And then it gets down I forget exactly where the cutoff was myself, but they get down to a certain point, and then it's just 1 point per driver. So they do have an emphasis on winning, or podium finishes. But, we've seen Danny Carroll last season. He was right up there. Unfortunately for him, he got caught up in a situation that got him parked for a week and took him out of the championship. So, that's one of those things. You can be quicker, but you also got to mind your P's and Q's, keep yourself clean, and, you'll have that championship at the end of the season.
And, and of course, year in and, again, I say year, season in and season out.
Yeah, same here.
It's completely different than it was last season. There's always a couple guys that are always in there, but then there maybe a couple guys miss some races and can't make it in certain weeks here and there, and then you get these new names popping up. You've got these guys up in even just in the top 20, or guys below that line, like you got Rodney Sullins down in like 26th, Branstetter, Paglia, regulars Palmer, just sometimes just not able to make it. But, the Saturdays are a little bit different, but
Palmer was over in Italy, so I did have to thank him for taking that trip, though, because that got me into the first race there at RTG. But
yeah,
so
yeah, I guess for the guys on the other side of the planet, that's probably pretty good.
And the good news there, Perry Bond, he's back this week from a week off. Got parked for a week for, I guess you call it kind of aggressive driving. That was the way they kind of put it in there.
Incident points, right?
Yeah, kind of incident. Well, it was the race that we didn't televise, and there were some situations when the cautions came out, admins weren't really happy about, and so they decided to give him a week off to think about it. Mike Brush, he's on a 1 in park. What that means is he cannot cause any incidences at all. He is
parked.
He is parked. My bad.
Yeah, he was on a 1 in park last. He was on a 1 in park last week, so he got the 1, and I guess, or maybe even more. I don't know if he actually parked last week. Maybe that's what happened too. If he caused an incident and didn't park it last week, they would sit him for this week. So yeah, he is not able to race this evening. Maybe he's watching.
Dave Little's in the house, but he is, well, I guess you'd say, for lack of better terms, got his hand slapped. Can't qualify tonight. You got to go to the back. But he is in the show. I'm not sure where he stands on there. And unfortunately, Kelly Kaza will not be in the house tonight. He is off visiting relatives. So we missed the old Budweiser 00 for the night. But that's all right. We'll still have a good time.
Yep. And he could, he might be all right. That's the whole thing, too. It comes down to, if he can come back and if he can finish strong in these last, 3 or 4 races, he could be in there, because this league, it's a great point system. It's old school points. They keep the same point format the entire season. So right down to the final lap of the final race is what you're going to get. And so that can make for a crazy finish to a season, especially if you're looking at how tight these guys are here on points. You see, like the top 10 people are only 50 to 60 points away from each other, that entire pack. So it really is anybody's game.
Kelly Kaza would have a bit of an uphill climb. He has not had the greatest of seasons. He's had 1 top 5 finish, and so of the season. So he's had a little bit of bad luck, but he's 81 points back. He's not here tonight. But you know what? Like you said, if you get out there, you slap off a couple of wins, get yourself built back up there. There's always that potential chance. There's 4 more races after tonight.
We got to remember, too, to talk about the passing of Kyle Busch.
That's a surprise, huh?
Yeah, that was kind of wild. Literally out of nowhere. Just such a strange thing. And I was mentioning this, too, at RTG on Thursday, like how you don't even really notice how old you are. Because, I've been watching Kyle Busch, especially back in the 2000s. I watched a lot of NASCAR. And I'm like, 1985, my youngest brother was born in 1985, and I'm like, yeah, he's 41. My youngest brother's going to be 41 in a couple of weeks. It's like, what? And I guess they have a little bit more info on how he passed. Somebody mentioned it might have been pneumonia.
Yep.
I believe it was Robert Spring that filled me in on that. So I was like, oh, geez.
We watched a few things and talked about a few things with amongst the friends and stuff, but I guess he had some sort of pneumonia, and it was throwing him a little bit of a loop. He was in a simulator, and all of a sudden he just didn't feel well. And by the time they got him there, I guess for whatever reason, it took him, it's really sad. And you were talking about that he was born in '85, graduated in '85. That'll give you an idea how old I am.
There you go. Yeah.
No, it's sad, and I'm more what you'd call a Kyle Busch fan. So
no, me neither.
And don't take that the wrong way. I didn't dislike the guy. I just I wasn't a fan. I was more Truex than other drivers and like that.
Yeah.
But
Harvick.
You could never take away the talent of Kyle Busch. That guy was a wheelman.
Yep. Yeah, that was the thing. I texted my mom because she's usually all up on this stuff too, because she's a big NASCAR fan, and she's like, "Oh, that's horrible." She's like, "I was never none of us were Kyle Busch fans," but it's the thing. The guy he's a pro. He's a champion. He's a champion in so many different series. And then to see that, like, he's got a family and everything too, right? Obviously, his kids now don't have a father. It's horrible, especially how quick it went, because we were talking about it on Thursday there with Seth and Kyle, how, like, he literally won the truck race at Dover, like, less than 6 days before he passed away. And one of Seth's friends, I think it was, I can't remember who it was. Seth said the name of one of the guys who went to the race.
Yep.
And, you get a pit pass, you get to hang out with some of these guys, was talking to him.
Yep.
And then got pneumonia and was gone within a week.
And the thing that I'm happy about, not happy about, but I would say glad about in this whole scenario is that it wasn't an incident that happened on the track that got him.
That's rough stuff.
Braxton Bush has got a huge future ahead of him. The kid is a talent. I watch him on YouTube all the time. I watched him for quite a while. Watched him grow up and running the little midget cars and the little go karts, and then working his way up into the the sprint cars. And I don't know the whole deal, but then I've just watched him qualify and run the what do you call it? I guess a super late model.
Okay,
that was pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, so his kid has a future in motorsports for sure.
Big
yeah. And then, of course, there's Kurt, Uncle Kurt, to the kid anyway. And it's like, I always remember that too. They had to put, you got Bush and then you got Bush. Okay, we got to go K Bush. Like, damn, we're both K Bush. Okay, we got to go KY Bush and KU Bush. And they just had to keep putting more letters on the screen. But yeah, that's a horrible news. That's
what they would do in NASCAR. They would either KY or KU.
Mm-hmm.
And they were
when they were in the same race, yeah.
But you listen to Kurt Busch. He got to NASCAR before Kyle did, and he was out there racing, and he won a race earlier in his career, and somebody had mentioned something to him about this, and he goes, "You think I'm good? You wait, my brother's coming. He's even better than I am."
Oh, no way. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, Kyle Busch, man. That's a shame. I mean, how many more years did the guy have? He was only 41. He could have gone another 15, 20 years probably.
Yeah. I don't think he liked these new cars, and because I can understand that, but you put him right in something, back in the Xfinity series where they're still running the truck arm kind of rear suspension, and then the trucks where they're running that, and he would dominate, he was really, really good. And then you get him into these new cars, I think he struggled with it. I really think if he had stayed with JGR, I think he probably would have had more championships. But I do understand the scenario and why he went there. And I'm a RCR fan. I was a big Dale Earnhardt Senior fan. So, I think it was great that he moved over there. Just it sucked that it never really worked out for him. But hey, he did really good. He was still winning races. So I'm happy for them in that sense.
Yeah, you think about, like, if he's not comfortable with this car, but I mean, the guy's been a pro NASCAR guy for like over 20 years, literally driven everything.
Yeah.
Within that span, of course. But how many times have they changed the cars? How many different series has he run? And he won in a truck at Dover last week. Like, the guy can drive anything,
The only thing I really regretted that NASCAR did in a certain way is they made you choose a series. In other words, if you decided you were going to run Cup, that's you got points for Cup. If you ran in the Xfinity series or now O'Reilly, or in the truck series, you didn't get points. You got owner points, but you didn't get driver points. Why I say that is because I think Kyle could have had the talent to be one of those ones that could go out, win the truck championship, the Xfinity championship, and the Cup series championship.
Imagine that. Oh, man. Imagine if you could win more than one in a season.
Yeah, but I think he had the potential to do that and was, kind of set up to do that. And then NASCAR decided, I don't really know the whole story behind it, but they were complaining that, some of the Cup drivers they're all coming down and driving in the Xfinity, and, other drivers weren't getting an opportunity, or.
Yeah, maybe because
something like that with it, but
they want to use that as maybe like a gateway into the Cup series.
Right.
And if you got all the Cup guys are running there, then there's no room for any new guys. And it's like, it makes sense, I guess. But imagine that, though, if you multiple champions, you guys won multiple championships, but imagine if you won multiple championships in different series in the same season.
Yeah, I think he had the potential to do that.
Wow.
That's what to me, I kind of missed the most at.
Yeah, you wonder like what could happen, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah, the race control wanted us to talk about Kyle, so I mean it's not hard to do that. That's a horrible. No. I mean, and even Biffle too with the plane crash. Like, man, he lost a couple of really good drivers the last little while. I'm sure I'm missing some names too, but those are the biggest ones I remember.
Yeah, and in my local track growing up, you know, there was a lot of drivers that you know, raced up there and whatnot. You know, we've lost a few over the years, but there was a driver up there named Lenny Silver. Talent, wicked talent in the old street stock days. And, you know, I knew him, talked with him, but you never really knew him. And unfortunately, we lost him last week. So they've been doing a lot of tribute racing up here in my little short track for him.
Cool. Yeah, it never stops.
Yeah.
It looks like we needed a server reset. I believe that was because I think it was Paglia was in a 300 series car, so they had to reset that to get Paglia in the right rig. So we are now in qualifying.
And tonight is a qualifying night. They do it odd and even. So, you know, one week they qualify, the next week they do lotto qualifying. So tonight is one of those, I believe tonight is one of those nights of qualifying. So. Yeah,
tonight's race 6, so it's an even number, so they will actually be running the laps. Yep. The lottery goes by within a second, pretty much. But you can see our schedule here. On Monday, we will be at Open Speedway for Monday battles. We are racing the Monster Energy mod, the same one we're running tonight.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, at Blue Ridge and at Open Speedway night version. So Blue Ridge is the night version of Retextured Michigan. So that'll be cool. So a whole bunch of darkness going on Monday night. And then at Maverick,
there's Superspeedway kind of race, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, it's cool. They do the double header at the end of the month, the last Monday of every month they do it. And Seth Cole will be with us in that race. I forgot to put that on that graphic, but it is on the YouTube thumbnail. May 25th, Rod Weston and myself with special guest Seth Cole. So that'll be a lot of fun hanging out with Seth. And it's a late one, though. It's 10 o'clock Eastern start is when the broadcast will go live, and I believe they're green about 15 minutes after that. Of course, on Tuesday, we head back to Maverick. We're going to Charlotte because they mimic the NASCAR schedule. Most of it. There's a couple of changes. Obviously, they don't go to Mexico, and they don't go to Canada. But, that'll be a lot of fun going to Charlotte live at 8:30 Maverick broadcast. So it's go live at 8:30. And, of course, we'll be back at Rolling Thunder on Thursday and then back here probably next Saturday for race number 7.
Yeah, and Rod's in the top 30, so he doesn't have to. Yeah,
you don't have to worry about the qualifying on Thursday nights.
Knockout qualifying, I'm in, so I'm so excited.
That's a tough one to qualify for.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't adjust my wheel settings when I come to Talladega. I just jump in qualifying and go for it. But then when you're in a knockout situation, you're not going to make it. If you don't know how to do those like behind-the-scenes options in the game options for your steering, that's, you're not going to get in. We got Ben Snyder there in the YouTube chat. What's happening, Ben? What is the max field for this series? This series, I don't think there is a max. Right? It would be 40.
It would be 40 because we have 2
41.
broadcasters.
Yeah.
41, right, because we haven't figured out the Maverick trip.
No, it's 40 because it would be the server and then you and I. That's 3. So it's a 43 car grid. Oh, yeah. It would be 40 max, yeah.
It would be Maverick. 41. We just got to get Benjamin to give us the secret to how they got rid of the server.
They don't use RLM.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's that easy. I think it's just because Maverick does not use the racing lobby, that they host it themselves, they gain that spot because the server doesn't need a slot.
We got Chris Elliott in there wishing all the drivers tonight good luck and hello to Blaine and Rod. So,
hey, there's Chris. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
We haven't talked about it for a while. Oh, qualifying is
I thought you deleted the internet, Chris. That's it's good to see you, dude.
But Nate Balzer on the pole. Second is going to be Robert Breedlove. Third, Randy Waugh. Shout out to Corey there. Fourth is going to be Rodney Sullins. Fifth, Greg Lovell. Sixth, Ken Roberts. Seventh, Chuck McClure. Eighth, Bob Biscuit Seminary. I got to get that in there. Ninth, Tim Noster's in the house tonight. 10th is Danny Carroll. If you would like to take it from there down to 20, I will let you do so.
Alrighty then, number 74 in the 11th spot, Robert Spring, Doug Hulick right beside him. Behind those guys, Mike Mangialardi and Terry Bombard, Dennis McCarthy and Greg Palmer, Stephen Brandsetter, Pat McCarsky, and David Little, along with Bobby Farrell. Did you want the rest? Do you want me to keep going?
I'll get the rest of them. And then we get down to the 21st position. That is David Chin. Wish him the best of luck. He did finish the race last week, which is very cool. And then 22nd is going to be ASR HUD. Had to apologize to him the other day because we're getting used to the 3 monitors I ended up getting into on Wednesday. 22nd is Billy Elliser. Then there's Javier Negron, Brian Rawson, Blaine Donlin. Who is that guy? We can't
Never heard of him.
Here. Brian Wolf, Mark Paglia, Cy Jones, and Cody Lamas. And rounding out, I'll get the last 2 is the track master himself, John Godfrey, and rolling up. And the last, nope, not last. Hold on.
There's more.
I got to hit the button a little bit further.
Yep. There's
Sorry
more.
about that. Then there's, what's his name? Turner. I
believe
can't even remember his first name. Either way. Turner is in the 23rd. 33rd is Rod Weston. I don't know who that guy is. And then 34th is Garland Oaks. And rounding out the night, the last guy on the field is going to be Craig Hagley, Brian Rosson, and from there down were drivers that chose not to qualify.
Yeah, and that's Sean Turner in the 136. The 136 is pretty much the exact same paint job he was running last week. But he put, the reason we had to re-download the car was because he put the Kyle Busch thing on the hood.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
So lots of room on a plain white car to put all kinds of cool stuff on there. So we'll take a look at all these guys once we go green. Thanks everybody for watching. Of course, Al Sullins in the chat, Chris Elliott, Benjamin. Who else is up there?
You know, all in on the 38, of course, but
Danny Carroll's there too.
And then what is it? Chris Elliott says he will make a prediction at the halfway point. So
okay, then lap 33. We're looking for it.
I'd like to say, do we get free Doritos if we're right? But he doesn't work there anymore. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was just going back up here and I was looking for a comment that Ben made. No, it's good, but something about a car. Who is the gold car? So now I got to go find the gold car. Once these guys get back out on the track here, right now they are still in a driver's meeting.
Getting their hand slapped.
Yep.
I hope they remember to tell them that if you get pulled into the other room, you have to be quiet because you're coming in to see us. Very
yes. We have a staging room for the live interviews on track, just in case they're a little bit heated. They'll notice that everything goes silent because they get dragged into a different room before we put them on the broadcast. Sometimes we've had a couple people slip, and it's not TARNATION TV Turbo. We don't have a crazy amount of viewers either, a couple hundred viewers a night, so I'm sure everybody's cool with a swear word here and there, but we try to keep it clean. So
yeah, nothing like the bash.
Yes, I can't remember who that was. It was pretty funny though.
Good.
Was it good?
I have got a beep beep grin, and
yeah.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's like, hey, Tom, we're live on the internet, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty funny.
He was, given in all fairness, he was very excited.
He was excited, and it was in context, it was totally fine. But if he was actually saying that about another driver, we'd have to try to calm him down a little bit, you know.
Yep.
I mean, but then again, drama's always good too. I mean, this is racing. The guys put a lot of hours into this stuff, and I don't mind it when other people get mad at other drivers. You know, it's good for ratings.
Yeah.
But, the boys are on the track. Did you want to grab the Wolf and bring him down here and have him do a thing?
I had to jump out. I had my 3 monitor setup still going on.
Ready when you are, Blaine.
Make some changes, so I'll get him right now.
Hey now.
Here's Brian. You got a copy?
Hey, I do have a copy. What's up, fellas?
Oh, you know, just sitting here broadcasting some stuff. It's probably going to be it's probably going to be a doozy. So what's happening?
Oh man, quite a bit actually. We just now put a bounty on that 41 leading points. going in tonight. So we're looking for a big point shakeup tonight, hopefully, because the top 10 are really close. I don't have the broadcast on where I can see it, so I can't really see the point standings, but the top 10 are close within 30 points of the leader. So we're all after him tonight. But I really do appreciate the opportunity to come down. I've got a couple minutes to go over a couple things here for the series, for the league, and for the community. First of all, we've already welcomed back our new and returning drivers. We've got quite a list of cast of characters here tonight. So we're hoping for a good race. As always, we want to thank All-Star Racing League and its owner-operators, David Chin, Nelson Rodriguez, Wayne Meldinger, and Ken Roberts for running this series. As always, we thank our sponsors. We're so appreciative of Bryant Motorsports, Auto Sales and Parts Barn. And we thank you guys, TARNATION TV, for covering us week to week, man. We really appreciate it. We're having so much fun. Our entire review team, keeping it fair. Ken Roberts, Robert Breedlove, Robert Spring, Mike Mangialardi, Brian Ross, and Garland Oaks, and myself are all part of the review team that we pay close attention to week after week. We'll have some announcements here coming up closer to the end of season 2. We'll talk a little bit about. We do have a couple drivers on the. We have one parked for tonight per our rules package. We are pretty structured and pretty strict with the rules around here. So hopefully we'll see the 53 back next week, and hopefully we'll see the 060 back this week. Was parked last week for a couple incidents. A couple too many incidents, but we're getting through it. We're working through it, and then. Like I said, we did put a bounty on the 41 because the top 10 are so close. But, I hate this, but, we're going to have to talk eventually about, this past week was just a shocking, tragic loss of Kyle Busch. And I really wanted to prepare something really profound to say, but I just don't have anything. Words can't describe what a blow it is to the racing world, to lose a guy like that. And so I can't say anything that already hasn't been said or that's going to be said here, eventually. So I thought I'd be selfish and just give my own personal thoughts on it. To me, Kyle Busch was not my favorite guy up until the last few years of his career, anyway. But I'll tell you what, reflecting back on him and what he did for the sport and what he meant to the sport was, my favorite thing about him was all the fits that he gave the media and, NASCAR itself, from him, flipping off officials on pit road and doing things like that. I mean, he is exactly what NASCAR needed, and still needs to this day. You know what I mean? And he's, whether you loved him or you hate him, Kyle Busch was just a tremendous loss. I think a lot of us are still, in shock over that. So we wanted to get that out there and just pay tribute to him and his family and give our condolences to the family, because when something like this happens, it does touch the sim racing world. And, it's touched us. And, this past year and a half or whatever in the sim community, we've lost so many great people that were contributors to this and contributors to the racing world itself. So our condolences to Kyle Busch and his entire family and the NASCAR community and family. And I got these guys whispering in my ear. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry if I was winded on that, but we appreciate you guys putting up that graphic. And thanks for having us, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. It's always a lot of fun. The racing here is amazing. So, looking for another good race, number 6 of 10. We're getting there, and it's not a runaway yet. Like you said, you guys are going for Carroll, so this will be fun to watch.
Yeah. When I put the bounty on them, and they all piped in. Okay, yep, done. What's it up to? Yeah, we're game. We're down.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he's got to look out. He's got to make the smart moves, right? He's got to be consistent. So that'll be neat to see his plan too.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think he's going to play it safe. He's got a pretty good pad on the points as far as 2nd through 10th go. So, I don't wish it on him, but, I'm going to do my best here tonight.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right,
Due, let's put it that way. He's due.
you got to get down there and get strapped in. So good luck tonight. We'll be grabbing a few drivers through the night if we get an opportunity to. So we'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah, thank you guys, and I appreciate everything you do. And maybe with any little bit of luck or a lot of luck, I'll see you after.
There you go. Good luck with that.
Let's do it. Good luck, Bryant.
Thank you, guys.
Bounty
All right.
on Danny Carroll. I was going to kind of grab him before the race started, but we might actually have a minute. Let me grab him. Danny Carroll, you got Ron Blaine in the booth. Guys, a quick question for you before you go out there and hammer down.
Let's have it.
So I hear they got a bounty out on you now.
If it's enough money, I'll take myself out.
Well, that's the downside to it is you can't make any money on it if they're after you. But that's not always a bad thing. They did that at my local track, the women's division up there. They've had a girl that's a lady, I should say, that's won 3 in a row, and they put a $250 bounty on her. The first one that can take her down. Every week that bounty gets more and more and more. So you're going to help somebody else out. But I know you want to go out there and win these things.
Yeah, maybe they'll accidentally let me win, just trying to keep me behind them.
You think that's it? But well,
we're going for consistency. If I can get a top 5, I'll be happy.
All right. Well, good luck with that. But I was just going to say, keep that bounty going there, bud, and get your butt up there to the front at the end of this thing, and we'll talk with you a little later.
I'm gonna get me a podium, so you'll have to put up with me at the end of this race.
There you go. All right. Good luck.
Good luck, Danny.
I had to go grab him because I think it's funny that they did the brownie thing. That's pretty awesome.
Well, the game just crashed, and it just crashed again. I'm curious now if I can get it started. That's weird. That has never happened before. But they are on the parade lap, so we got some time to figure this out.
Like you said before, Nate Balzer on the pole outside is Robert Breedlove. Robert Breedlove, I would think he's probably, I don't know, I keep saying that, you start looking at the cars behind him, and Randy Waugh back there in third, great Superspeedway racer, Rodney Sullivan's in the fourth on the outside there. So who's going to get the better start? It's pretty stout on either line. You start looking down through that field, and every time we do this, you're like, there is nobody that's not a good Superspeedway racer, and these guys are a lot of fun to race with. You were talking about it Thursday, how I didn't like Superspeedway racing. I really didn't, and I still, it's rubbing off on me, but it's slow. But learned a lot from Jeff Elliott there, Chris Elliott kind of helped me out at the beginning, and then I got over here, and these guys at ASR have helped you out a lot. And then the guys at RTG, they keep telling you, well, if you're having trouble qualifying, hey, we got some people that'll help you. So I didn't quite do a course yet. Right now, I don't need that course, but we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, there's a crazy amount of stuff that goes into like all these behind the scenes options that these guys do in the settings menu within the game, which is perfectly legal. You can change your settings, and it's crazy the times that they can come out with. Yeah.
Oh, it's insane. I mean, and I go out there and hold a steady wheel all the way around through there, and there's guys that are half a second faster than I am. And I just think, I don't know what I can do. I don't know what to do. I probably have to take that course, but we'll see how it goes. Pace car did make the trip down pit road. Nate Balzer's got the control of the field out on that front row on the inside. Let's see if he can get what a start by Nate Balzer. He was on it.
I can't get the game to start.
He was right on it there. Rodney Sullivan's given Robert Breedlove just a big ass push up there, but they just can't get that top line going. I can't believe that Balzer got that much of a run. Apologize for my slip there. And now Balzer is going up the outside line. Once they get that momentum going, they started to come. So Balzer pulled up the hot side. Randy Waugh pulled up there with him. That left Greg Lovell on the bottom with Chuck McClure, Tim Noster, and I can't see the guy behind him, just the screen. There it is. Oh, Robert Spring there, back in is the fourth car on the inside line, trying to make their way back to the front.
Okay, we're having some technical difficulties here. The broadcast is going to go stale for about probably about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to have to reboot my whole computer. I'm going to see what happens here. So bear with me. I apologize for the inconvenience. We shall return. Okay, we're going to give this another. Well, I had to reboot the computer, so we're going to give this a shot. Fill us in what happened, Rod.
I tell you, we just had a big one on the backstretch. All cars were involved pretty much, with the exception of Robert Spring, Chuck McClure, and Steve Brandstetter were the only 3 drivers that were not involved in that wreck. Oh, big one on the backstretch. There were cars everywhere and all over the place. I didn't see what happened, so I'm going to try to see if I can get back and find out what happened in that wreck.
Yeah, it's a pretty thick field, which, you know, getting these things warmed up, it is a thing. I hope I can get this thing started. So I'm in the server, and then when I advanced to the race, it was quitting before. So we'll see what happens. I can't get it to work. Why can I not get it to work?
We back live or no? Or?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. So it looks to me Ken Ross might have got into the back of Robert Spring. And sometimes when that happens, the car actually pushing gets spun out. It just kind of moved him over. He went over, hit the wall, and then he got hit from behind, went right across the track in front of everybody that was behind there. So there's a few cars that made it through unscathed. Those are the ones that slowed down that were at the back. But the rest of the field were all involved in that crash. That was a huge crash. Not sure where that's going to, put us with the drivers and who got wrecked, who didn't got wrecked, or who was at fault on that. I know the admins will take care of that tonight after the race is over, but it was a big crash. So it looked like Chuck McClure has pitted. Robert Spring stays out, leads that lap. Steven Brandstetter still out there with him. David Chin, I think, may have been one of the drivers that drove through that. He's currently in the 3rd position right now. Ken Roberts is in the 4th, but he has yet to pit. I think some of the drivers, they were headed the wrong direction, trying to get everything squared away. Just drove up through to the cars that had not pitted and are going to pit the second time by, just so it saves them a little time that way. And then again, if it was found to be on fault of Ken Roberts. They asked to do a drive-through, take tires. That's kind of puts him in the back of the pack. If that's how it, he feels it might have been something that he had done, he had caused it. That's what he will do.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. I'm in multiplayer mode. I'm connected to the server. All the drivers are loaded up, and then when I click continue, the game just stops. I've never had this before.
What core do you have in?
I just retried the core. I have the core in. It's quitting. I don't know why. It was working fine. Yeah, the race mode's not working. I even tried it in single player mode. It works fine. I get on the track and practice, and once I click race, it quits. So I don't know what happened.
I'm going to try sending you the hobo core, just to see.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a core issue. I don't believe it would be. It's funny how we can double check and triple check everything, and then use this thing every single day. And then, of course, on broadcast night, that's when the races are going to.
All right, I sent you that core.
Oh, wait a second. Was it something to do with
Drivers, to your car.
Oh, no way.
Drivers, stop!
Robert Spring and Brandstetter decided to take that trip down on pit road, put some fuel, pull the tires. That puts Cody Lamas out front, Chuck McClure outside of him.
Drivers,
the guy that's got the bounty on his head, Denny Carroll's in the third spot.
Got it.
Fourth is going to be Nate Balzer. Fifth looks like, I'm not sure. I looked at it.
Wow. You know what it was?
What's that?
Pace car.
Oh God.
I run the RTG pace car for RTG, and then I remove the RTG pace car for other leagues. I must have missed something because I went, why is it not working in race mode offline or online? And the only time the pace car will show up is in a race. So that's what it was. So unfortunately, I apologize. I must have missed. I'm putting I just put the RTG pace car back in. Because and then I just tried it and it's working. So that's what it was. It was a pace car issue. So what lap are we in?
We are 9.
Okay. Cool. All right. That is first time I've ever messed that up. So David Cannon will be your pace car driver this evening. I have a folder. I have pace car files in, pace car files out. I must have missed one or grabbed the wrong one or something must have happened.
Just remember the errors.
And that's what, I mean, you think you've seen it all, and apparently I have not seen it all.
Like I said, to errors human to really mess things up, you need a computer.
Yeah, yes, I remember you say that all the time. Yeah.
Cody Lamas decided to take the car down to pit road to get his service. This puts Chuck McClure on the point. Outside is Denny Carroll. In third place, it's Nate Balzer, then Doug Hillick, Terry Bombard. Yep, Terry Bombard, I got it right. Bob the Biscuit Seminara will be on the 6th position. Ooh, I like that car that Greg Palmer's running tonight. Little different colors and like that. Doug Palmer's going to be in the 8th position. Tim Noster outside of him. And it's Dennis McCarthy in the 9th position, and rounding out the top 10, that is going to be, I know who that is, Bob.
I know who that is. Bobby Farrell in the 16.
Blue, yep. Just the petty blue, unsponsored petty blue car.
It is kind of neat. He's been running this thing.
Yeah, for a while.
For the season, and I kind of dig it. There's literally just a big old 1.6 on the side, and that's all you get. Sponsors, if you want to chuck. What's he charge? $10 a race.
I have no idea. You'd have to find that.
There's lots of space on that car for some logos. I'm sure if somebody comes waving money at him, he'll put them on there.
Yeah.
16bobbyfarrell.com. Buy this car.
We gotta go talk to Josh too. Josh Sake on that.
He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Now that we actually get to look at stuff, this is last lap 10. Welcome to the broadcast. So next time I'm really going to focus on my pace car swap.
Yeah, you missed a big one.
Yeah. At least we get to see 56 laps, the last 56 laps of the race coming at you right now. Thank you for watching TARNATION TV, youtube.com/@TARNATION TV.
Ooh, Denny Carroll was
Denny again, yep.
Right on it on that start. Although the Chuck McClure got a great push by Nate Balzer, I think that's going to be a difference going into the corner and probably out to the backstretch. If Doug Hillett can get to the back of Denny Carroll, I think you'll see that high line start to prevail. Bob, the Biscuit Seminaire is getting ready to give a nice little shot to Hillett back there.
So where did Bob get the nickname The Biscuit? Like, is that a thing?
So they did a Saturday night thing over at Talladega Nights, which was a mega marathon race.
Right.
And so, I don't know.
Well, yeah, we used to broadcast those things.
Yep. But one of the teams were the U.S. Army cars. And so they all had little call signs. So their name would be, Bob, and then, hit your call sign, and then your last name.
Right.
Bob the Biscuit Seminaire. And I've called them that ever since.
Cool. Yeah, kind of like Top Gun. You got Maverick and Iceman, and
Yep. So they did. They had a Maverick. They had an Iceman. They had one was Bob the Biscuit Seminaire.
That's cool.
Oh.
It's fun to say, so it fits. Let's do it.
Yep. So Denny Carroll there's in the second position. They run in that high group. Doug Hillett behind them. Bob the Biscuit Seminaire, then Tim Knopfler. Balzer's got that inside line down there trying to get it going, but they just don't seem to be able to get that momentum up. We haven't seen much three-wide racing yet tonight, so, and as I say that, every time you say that, all you got to do is you haven't
just
seen
mention it.
But you mention it, and then Ken Roberts is got a charge starting on that high side.
Where's Ken rolling? He's back there a little bit. Looks like he's being scored last time at 23rd across the line.
See, Denny Carroll has led a lap. He snuck a lap in there.
Yep.
So that's taking care of for him. But he's standing right there in that second position. But I keep seeing him. He's focused. I think probably 75 to 80% on that rear view mirror. He's watching that inside line. Starts to make a move. He's going to make sure that momentum is coming on the bottom. He is going to try to get in front of it. Kind of cool that he's got the bounty, on him. That's, to me, I'd be honored. That means you're doing something right.
Yep. So you can see the 083 of David Little there. He is being scored in 31st position. 32nd. So he's actually, maybe my ticker information is just messed up. You can see on the scroll there, it's putting him with no time. What is he on your side? Because I had this big issue with the ticker because I had to reboot the game and reboot the computer.
It's still saying 0 on GNL TV too.
Oh, it is? Okay, so I'm not losing my mind. For some reason, he's zeros. He's being scored in 32nd, but he's right behind Sullins, which would be 8th. Did he get caught up in the wreck? Is he a lap down?
Oh, everybody but Robert Spring, Chuck McClure, and Brandstetter was involved in that incident. I think, with the exception of a few cars that I didn't get, that were, the ones that were why I slowed down and just drove through all of the carnage. But
okay,
I don't know if he was caught, how hard he was caught up into it. I didn't go back and look. I can find out.
Yeah, it's strange because now it's saying he's behind the 6. Him and the 6 are fighting for position. Saying they're a second apart, but they're not. something weird going on. Now he's being billed in 8th. It might have been an on-track admin, maybe minus the lap off of him or something.
Yeah, that's what Bob was saying. Bob had said something about that there was an error on it. I was trying to find out where we talked about that was it. For some reason, he got a lap down, and they were trying to get him back on that lead lap. So.
Oh, okay, right. So he even if he lagged out right on the start-finish line, sometimes it won't count the lap, and then they were trying to give it back, and then it just took a couple laps to figure itself out. Gotcha. Okay, so because I was going to bring up that David Little in the 083, we've been looking at him here for the last couple laps, he wasn't allowed to qualify tonight because of probably a post-race review last week. So, but here he is in 8th position.
I think he might have been one of the ones that just drove through that last wreck, slowed down and went through after all the cars had fanned out a little bit there and was able to get through. That might have been what kind of helped him out. We got Robert Breedlove now trying to get I just saw a car around sideways.
I was going to say
Nate Balzer.
They had to do a big checkup there, and he was not clear when he decided to go down.
And
a lot of damage to the 79. I was going to say, too, Nate's got a big cancer awareness race coming up. He does that every year. And unfortunately got lost the trunk lid on that one. Oh, well, these guys race back. Silly me.
Yeah, he just saw him turn around sideways. Yeah, I wonder if he's going to do the coin toss this year, or he just going to say, this is how we're doing it. Because last year they played around the coin toss, remember?
Yes. Yeah, last minute.
Yeah. Last minute coin toss with Rod, you're in. What?
Yeah, last minute coin toss, and then went, we'll just bring Rod along too, and then we'll let you know like the 11th hour. Basically, it was a coin toss because TARNATION TV's on my computer, so I need to be there. But then, like, who's the co-host going to be? Okay, well, and then we're like, well, wait, there could be more than one co-host.
You won the first toss, which was it was going to be aired by TARNATION TV, and they wanted Seth Bull in there. And I thought we are going to the idea that everybody was all a coin toss, and that's how everybody got chose. Was it 11 o'clock Friday night? The race is the next day. I get a text from Nate Balzer. Hey, you're going to be in the booth tonight, right? Oh, come on, right? I'm like, I wasn't told. And it doesn't. It sounds funny, but believe it or not, so I think people around me might sometimes think I'm a little nuts, but I'm actually playing out some of the things that I'm going to say before the race,
Yeah, it's nice to prepare a little bit.
Yeah.
Like making sure your pace card's in the right folder so your game doesn't crash.
That would be a good idea. Pretty much everybody went down pit road this time. We got a few scragglers that stayed out. We'll get you that information there pretty soon. Kind of curious to seeing a few tire changes. Bob the Biscuit Seminaries taking lefts.
Bobby Biscuit.
Little and taking rights. Everybody else pretty much just fuel only. It's like a traffic jam there coming out. You got cars going in, cars coming out.
Leclerc did keep his position, though. He did make it out first.
Yes, he did.
I might not know a lot of stuff, but I know what that 17 car looks like.
Hmm. I figured you would. I'm going to get you some of that too. But I'm on TV2. I'm trying to figure out. But Doug Healick, Brian Wolf, Nate Balzer. Oh gosh, I just saw Rawson's car.
Brian Rawson. Oh, is he?
Oh, that thing is a little bit squishied.
Oh, is it? Let's take a look at it. Oh, he's got a haircut.
Yeah, the top of it's a little bit flattened. Balzer's back of his car is all, pretty much beat up. I think Rawson is going for something a little different there, trying to get that front windshield down a little bit lower, better aerodynamics, getting more air off the spoiler. I think is the plan that they got going on there. But it is pretty much crushed in from the top.
We're sitting on top of the gas tank looking out the back of Balzer's car right now. We usually can't get the drone in here, but he's got the trunk open.
Yeah.
Might just leave the drone in here all day. Save lots of battery power.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too? I was watching like NASCAR. They have those drones flying around and stuff. And let's see. It's wild to see the people who run those things, because I had a little bit of a behind the scenes thing I caught. You know, they get these crazy awesome camera angles with these drones, and then they're talking to the people that are doing it, and it's just a dude with a little tent set up like you would have it like a barbecue down by the walk path. You know, like that's all he had. Just a little utility trailer with a couple of Pelican cases full of gear, a lawn chair, a little tent set up, and then he's got this headset on, this crazy VR headset with this monstrosity of a controller, and that's it. And he's piloting this drone, you know. I'm thinking, yeah, you expect this great big, 48-foot long RV trailer with satellite dishes and cables coming out of the side of it and stuff. Nope. Just one dude with a VR headset and remote control.
If you see the guys that race them,
I've seen the drone races are insane. I'm like, they can't even film it. It's so impossible to film it. But
so fast. And how do you put a VR headset in and do what they do? That is just insanity.
Yeah.
Bryant Wolf stayed out this time.
I was gonna say that's a gamble. I wonder if the lights are still on, so he might just be prolonging this.
Right. Oh, he's got a lap led. Let's see. Let's check his points. Yeah, see, he is 7th in points. So, when he was talking about that, we talked about it earlier about the top 10 is relatively close. Denny Carroll, the guy that's got the bounty on him, he's a little bit out on everybody else. But, that's an extra point for Bryant Wolf. But, everything helps to try to keep yourself in that top 10.
So Chris Elliott in the...
Well, they were.
I thought did he not? Yeah, I was going to say Chris. I haven't seen Jeff in a while either. Actually, I haven't seen Jeff longer than I haven't seen Chris. But Chris was saying, or he was asking who's out of the race. I can't see that because of the reboot on the ticker.
The only retiree so far is Sean Turner.
Sean Turner, okay.
And everybody else is on the lead lap still, and everything is good. They did have a little trouble with Dave Little there for a minute. They got that figured out. We were talking about that just because we weren't sure. No, they were after you had to reboot, Chris said, well, keep talking. Like, I can't.
Yeah, it turns out I didn't have to reboot, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I chose to, thinking it might have, but anyhow, we all know what happened, but yeah. Thanks everybody who is watching and interacting as always. It's always a lot of fun. But yeah, the Elliott brothers, man, we had that Talladega Nights thing, it really helped hone TARNATION TV to like what it is now, minus that glitch we just had. But getting these graphics and like I'm doing broadcasts for them, but then I'm watching them in their entirety the next day with a notepad on my lap. What can I change and what if this breaks? What if the game crashes and I've got nothing up there for laps complete. It just says checkered laps complete, but I have a button so I can put that up there, and all these what if scenarios, and it would there was a lot of really bad technical glitches that you don't even realize that can occur, and you need to have something on a trigger to be able to fix it, so if the laps don't display properly, I got a button to pull the information straight off this menu. So if I don't have the menu down, that's where it's pulling that from. The problem with that lap counter is if I'm looking at the pace car, it's going to say 0. If I'm looking at a car that's a lap down, it's going to say 21. So, or 22. There's nobody a lap down right now, but you know what I'm saying, right? There's still ways to make it work. 23-year-old game or whatever it is now, and we just kind of have to Frankenstein the whole thing together, and it's like the Wizard of Oz. He's just casting an illusion. Don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. But yeah, Chris and Jeff, they helped us, and Brian as well. We're all still around here doing this.
Pace car makes the trip down pit road. Truck tour on point. Bob Brisket, Seminara. Outside.
I love that the 712 took the 7-Eleven logo.
Yeah.
and change the word 11 to 12 on that car. I think that's probably one of the most original little plays on a logo I've ever seen. Like, oh, it's so good.
Seminara got a great start on that one there, but
Almost too great.
just a little bit too great is what I was going to say. Denny Carroll got the chance to get into the back of Chuck McClure, who currently right now has the most laps led at 12. Seminara was able to lead that lap meeting to the line. Fastest time so far tonight, David Chin, 199.815 miles an hour. So that's pretty cool, but it's just, I don't care about speed with him. I just want to see him finish.
They're working on a 4 wide situation back here. It looked like Pat McCarskey and Oaks got a little bit out of shape there.
Got thinking we almost should have had Roberts and asked him what happened there, but we might in the next caution. We'll see.
Under yellow again. If you want to grab him now, go for it.
I'm not going to grab him. Oh, is it a yellow?
Yep.
Let's let him get settled into where he belongs.
Okay, we'll go find out what happened here. Thanks everybody again for tuning in, and Ken Roberts in the booth.
Yeah, you got a copy?
Hey guys, what's happening?
Hey, just a quick question. We had a little technical difficulties there, so we really didn't get a chance to find out what happened on that early caution there. To me, I just kind of looked like you might have tried to push or tried to bump draft with Robert Spring there, and your car went crazy. Or what happened? Explain it from your shoes.
Yeah, it looks like I got into a bad bump into the 74 there and got out of control. Caused a big mess.
Yeah, it was a big one. I think only 3 cars made it through, other than the cars that were behind you guys. But I'm just curious if that's that's kind of the way I thought it happened. I just wanted to get your take on that.
Yeah, that's for the best I can tell from in the car. It looked like I just got a bad bump into Robert. And, we was making hay. We was getting up through there, and I don't know, just got a little too much into him, I guess. I'm not sure what exactly. I have to look at the review and make a determination. But that just from my view, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. So how is the car? Did you take much damage out of that? Is it still running pretty stout?
It seems okay right now. Yeah, just come in here and get some gas. See if we can see what we can do here second half of this race.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. Like I said, just wanted the curiosity. Wanted to check that out, but unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties. Took us a minute to get that stuff squared away. So thanks for coming up and chatting or speaking with us and letting us know what happened. Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Ken. So we just went back. You can see in the instant replay, Balser was running the high line because he was getting lapped, and HUD just sort of came over on him there, and Balser just held his line. He had nowhere to go because he had the wall right next to him. That caused that little mess there. And then we saw Lamas and John Godfrey on pit road, a little tussle there as well.
When you have this many cars trying to, go down pit road, you get the earlier cars or the lead cars that go down and they pit, and then mid cars come down through, and then of course the late cars come down through. If you unfortunately you're further back, but your pit stalls up in the front, I have a lot of crisscrossing that goes on pit road sometimes, and occasionally that will kind of knock things around a little bit. I see you checking the level of fuel on Robert Spring's car there.
Yeah, it was a funny story Spring was telling me before the race. He actually took the render that we have, that Rodney Sullivan's made of this car for Thursday, and I sent it to him because he said, "Oh, that's cool. Can I get that?" "Yeah, cool, no problem." So I sent it to him, and he showed it to the guy who owns this company.
Nice.
So I'm like, wait a second, a car that I designed actually made it to the person who, lifeguard, what is this called? Line guard. And it's North Shore, what's the website? North Shore Safety. So NSSLTD.com is the name of the company. Did I try to do a Rodney on the cockpit on the steering wheel? Yes, I did. Yellow stripe. But it's kind of neat to hear that little story that Robert told me. He's like, yeah, man, I showed the guy the car and a little bit of the broadcast or whatever, and he sent the guy the link. So, of course, the day that he sends the link to a person who's never watched any of this before, we can't even get the first 10 laps to work. And, yeah, good first impression there. But hopefully they stuck with us even through our little bit of dead air there at the start. We figured out the problem, and we are back watching the live race again. But yeah, you just assume guys just paint up cars of stuff they think's cool, right? And then Robert actually is in touch with these people. He knows,
That's cool.
knows who they are, and
my car's painted up things I like. You take Jägermeister and
exactly. Yeah, but
put it together and make the Jaeger bomb. Yeah, I like that.
And then where I was kind of going with that, like you didn't phone Jaeger and ask them if it was okay to use the logo. Like nobody cares because nothing's happening. People just run what they run. But yeah, it's kind of neat that some guy like Josh too, with Josh at X, he runs his own company, right? So some of these things people are just fans of stuff, and then other sponsorships, they're right in touch with the people. So.
Now that you say that, I may have to make up on of my golf cart, my go-kart.
Yeah.
Dodge Challenger, bright Dodge Challenger green with all my sponsors on.
That would be cool. Kind of mimic the kart paint job as much as you can.
It's easy to do. Red top, Dodge. It's the Dodge Challenger. You go out and look at any Dodge Challenger on the lot that's bright green. You cannot miss it. That's what color it is.
Ooh, some last-minute takers there. McClure and Novska decided to duck to pit road. Denny looked like he was going to go with them, but Denny decided to stay out.
So, quickly thinking about that, I'm wondering, how far fuel. So we're digging out the calculator here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Roberts got trapped. Oh, and Lovell and McClure got into each other.
So if you are not the leader, we are going to be going green with about 41 laps. Pace car lights are off. So we're going to be going green with about 41 laps to go. Right? Think about that for a minute. We know.
It's at least one, obviously.
Right.
But is it?
You think about it. 41 laps.
They might need to pit twice.
You're talking 20 laps per run. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, think about it like this. Now you're no longer the leader. You're back in traffic a little bit. You race a little smart. You just stay in that position. I know Thursday I was running sometimes 3/4 half a throttle when I was trying to save fuel.
Right.
I weren't pushing like you'll see these guys push. It'll get right up there and they will put the bumper right to them and push on the straightaways. I was just lagging back and saving. They could maybe make this on one more stop if it goes green the rest of the way. I think that's probably what they're thinking about doing.
I see what you're saying, right? They might have that in their head going, what if we can do this on one more, where I'm not that strategic, right? I'm just driving till I need fuel. If my guy tells me to come in, I go get fuel. But these guys are conserving and on the clutching and just knowing like, hey, we're starting lap 27 right now. They might be able to get there with one more stop, but it should be two. But with fuel conservation, we've seen these guys come up with some crazy savings.
Danny Carroll is on point. Mike Mangialotti outside. Danny Carroll, the good run. Dave Little, a fairly decent run, but he got a better run when Randy Waugh got to the back of him. That pushed him up with Danny Carroll, and that kind of a good jump by Danny Carroll. Didn't get overrun because they got good bumps behind him. And he moved up to the high line with Dave Little right with him. looked like he was going to go down to the bottom and try to get in front of Randy Waugh. That bottom line hasn't quite got the momentum. We see Robert Breedlove getting that third groove going on the high side.
Yeah, why not go three wide, right?
Well, I think what you'll see, though, is we've seen this time and time again. If that third line gets up out there, you will see. I guarantee you'll see just like, whoa!
Oh my goodness!
That
Wow!
was a record save.
Denny Carroll.
Went to go down, and Dave Little was had already gone down, and they just got a little bit of contact there. So I think you'll see Denny Carroll's working the lines, inside, outside, whatever one's the quickest line. But we've known as they get that three wide group. So right now you'll see Dave Little and that group in that middle start to drop back. I mean, you can see it right now on the backstretch.
Yeah,
He just drop back. That's the strangest thing. Not sure why, but for whatever reason, once they get into that middle groove, when they got three wide, that middle groove, which is the preferred groove everybody likes, goes backwards when they're three wide.
but you can see the numbers, right? Like we've got the upper line and the lower line surrounding the four in the middle. They don't have enough cars in there. And now they're all going to fade back to the middle.
Well, there we go. There again, Breedlove goes down into the middle groove. Sullins goes with him. McCarthy goes with him. Godfrey goes with him. And now they pull down in front of Dave Little. So now Dave Little will have something or someone more to draft with. But you still have Noster up there.
But it's happening again. You can see that if that top line gets strong again, they're going to leapfrog Sullins and Breedlove and McCarthy and Godfrey, and it just keeps. It's just knowing and knowing where to be, right? Like seeing the momentum. That's why you see Denny Carroll in the 41 in the lead. He's changing back and forth because he knows that can happen. He's trying to put himself in the right spot. See, look at that. Breedlove moved up.
I think these guys, I'm still learning how to do this super speedway stuff and get really be really good at it. But these guys that are out here now, you see them changing lanes, moving around. They really know and how to kind of read a line, what
bump.
line is doing what. Oh no!
Hard
What a
bump.
save there.
That's getting a little
Still
juicy.
going on, though. Wow, that's a true measurement of showing you how we always thought how the accordion effect works. Accordion effect started up front with Breedlove and went all the way back to Noster, Paglia. It was that Chuck McClure already up there. Robert Springer behind him. I think Hagley lost a little bit of time out of that just because of the way that all happened. Because by the time it got to him, it really slowed him down. But he hasn't lost much.
Brian Rawson and Hud are now the next two drivers to have retired. They were caught up in some accidents, so maybe big move by Seminara to get in that middle line.
Hey, Carroll's still out there, been out front. He's been changing lanes left and right when he needs to.
Yeah, he is controlling that momentum swing, like he sees the momentum coming, he gets up there, he stays in front. He sees it start to fade, he jumps in the other lane.
He wanted to go up there that time, but he wasn't quite there close enough to where he could go up there and do it. Middle lane, as we always said, prevailed with Bob the Biscuit Seminara there. Sullins, you can see him just pushing him down that little short screw there. Straight.
Seminara.
Oh no! Godfrey's that's going to take out a few.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Involved.
Racing back.
Right now, Seminara is going to have the lead going into turn 3. Angel Arty's pushing Denny Carroll down there. They're trying to see if they can't get that bottom line up there and get back up there, get maybe Denny Carroll back out front.
David Chin has retired.
Oh.
We're going to go back and take a look at this wreck. He may have been involved in it. I'm curious now with this yellow coming out, what we were talking about before with that midway sort of pit strategy, those guys could stay out this time.
Well, Tim Noster is still out there. I think McClure got involved in that one. So
Yeah, it did. It looked like he did. Oh, yeah. McClure was one of the guys. Yeah, you're right. So he might have to come in for new tires anyway now. I was curious that if...
he's got a little damage to the driver's side door.
Yeah, I'm wondering...
With this mod, though, as long as the nose is pretty much good, you can still go fairly decent, especially in the pack. McClure had really got planted hard against the fence there.
Yeah, he did.
Of course, gone a little bit further down through, he just didn't have anywhere to go and got bounced off a few more cars. So.
Like Bombard's got a lot of heavy damage too. To actually crunch the hood, you need to get hit pretty hard.
That'll hurt him probably. That nose being damaged the way it is, that'll hurt him for sure. So, well, I was saying, was curious to see if they would stay out and try to be out front, but Nostra and McClure definitely came down pit road. Everybody pretty much, with the exception, I think, one or two cars maybe stayed out.
Lots of incidents on pit road today. There's another one we just saw. Taglia tag. I believe that's ASR back there.
Yeah. So Brandstetter stayed out. Dave Little stayed out with him. That gave Brandstetter one lap led this far. So that's a help for him. The question will be, I would imagine I would see these two guys pitting the next time by. Then we know for sure everybody can do it in one more stop.
Looks like they were able to get the damage fixed on Bombard. We just saw that snap back into good form.
Got a big guy in his crew. Just jump up on it and push it back down.
Yeah. Who's the tallest, most rotund crew member we have? Get up there and stand on that hood.
Yep. I've done that before, but not on my own car.
Got to be careful now. A lot of the stuff's made of aluminum.
Back then we had all steel bodies and stuff.
Well, race cars.
Let's just put it this way. I was out of my car up next to the fence. And the reason I got there was the other hood that just happened to be in my way when I got out of the car. They needed a new air filter when I got done.
Checking the team speak to see if Nate Balser is still in there. He's not. He retired, so he left. I was going to pull him down for an interview. We still got lights on the pace car here.
Who would you like to speak at?
I don't know. Let's see. Who should we talk to? How about Chuck?
Yeah, let's find out if that was their strategy.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's not going to work now. But it would have been cool if Chuck didn't get damaged in that wreck. Hey, Chuck, what's going on, man? Live on the air.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
We saw you kind of late pit that last one. Kind of under the impression that maybe you guys were hoping it would go green to Western Lane. You could do it in one more stop. Is that kind of what we thought?
Yeah, that's exactly what we was hoping for. That and maybe need another lap to save, but I think we'd have been all right.
It would have been close, especially with you guys being in the back there where, you can save a lot more fuel. Surprised to see that you didn't take that long. You were pretty much creeping up there on the outside, getting your way back up there. Unfortunately, caught up in this last little episode. How bad's the car? And do you think you can still get up there and win this thing?
I think it's pretty good. They beat on it 8 or 10 times, just the length of a regular pit stop, 4 tires. So we'll see what we have, but I think it's good.
Very good. Well, congratulations, yeah. Well, good luck with the rest of the night. And hopefully, we'll be talking to you a little later on up here in the booth.
Yes, sir. I hope so. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks, Chuck. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
So we were right. They were going to try to go.
Oh, you were right on that one. I would have never thought of that. But that was a good call because, it literally, you're looking at it. I'm always looking at it as, we can go with one more. Or we're going to need 2. And you're like, it's a couple laps, man. These guys have saved some fuel. I've seen guys save fuel on here. Sometimes it makes no sense. But when you're
Yeah.
literally doing it the entire time, you know, I'm like, oh, I need to save some gas, you know, and there's 7 laps left. Like, you're out of luck. Like, just drive. But when there's a 66 lap race and these guys even on the parade lap, they're clutching.
See, my philosophy is you're always strategizing on the way. This is where I have a little bit of problem on Wednesday nights, only because the strategy are different because they do segment racing. But new leader up front now, Rodney Sullins has made his way after all around the pit stops. He is the new point man, taking the bottom of the track there. Looks like Bob Seminaire is going to stay out there with him in the outside. Dennis McCarthy, Ken Roberts, Haglia is there, and Bobby Farrow. A move there. Denny Carroll's still in the top 10. He's got Randy Wall on the outside of him. We're not quite going green this time by. I did see a few cars sneak down pit road. Let's see if we can find out who that was.
Uh-huh.
Tim Noster was one of the ones that went down to. I was surprised of that, but he's probably got, a strategy for sure. McClure came back down with him. Javier Negron, Mark Haglia, Cody Lamas, Dr. Pepperman himself, Carolyn Oates.
Always runs a Dr. Pepper car, Garland.
Yep. He used to run a Peak. Was it Peak? Ice Tea, I think. Billy Elliser in the old Flintstone car was one of the ones that pitted as well. Whack to the front. The lights are off on the pace car. Everybody's getting themselves situated. These guys do the double file restart. The only ones that can choose what side they want to start on would be the leader. So if Rodney Sullins decided that he wanted to be on the outside, he can do that on any one of the restarts. The leader can choose whether they want the high or the bottom, the highest side or the low side, and then the other driver that's up front with them just changes there. The rest of the field stays in the positions that they are. And just one of those things that NASCAR does now. The Chools rule, they call it. I'm surprised that somebody hasn't figured out or tried to think a way that you can set it up to do that. That would be really cool.
Oh, you mean like to actually...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a cone come up. If you decided that you wanted to run the inside, 10 cars could be, top 10 cars could run on the inside, and then 11th would go out there, start on the outside pole, outside of the front row. So I think that would kind of add an interesting element to it. Pace's car is down pit road. See what Rodney can do here at the beginning. I kind of like Ken Roberts behind Seminara there, because Ken, is going to push him.
Yeah,
Rodney's got a great start.
Ken, I believe, is the lead administrator here on Saturday nights. So this is kind of like his series within the All-Star Racing League. They do run different races every night of the week, most nights of the week, not every night, but because you run here on Wednesdays.
Yep. The Wednesdays is an open cup setup, basically meaning they run the cup physics and the setups. You make your own setup, and that to me is what I like to do. So I've been showing up pretty much every race. I had a bunch of really good setups that I'd built over the years and lost a few of those, lost pretty much all of them. So I've been rebuilding new setups every Wednesday night, and sometimes I'm pretty good, other times I'm a little off, depending on the track.
That opens the game up so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already great.
I didn't lose fourth gear.
Yeah, but see, and I start with the basic setup of a Volker Hackman. And anybody that doesn't know what that is, was the guy that made setups. Wow, Denny Carroll just snuck into that spot, just room enough for that Dark Horse Mustang to sneak up in there, and got himself into the 5th spot on that high side line. That was going a little bit better than the bottom. But I start with the Volker Hackman. I change the brake bias. I go out and drive it. I don't have to change much.
Oh, that's cool. You found a guy who shares his setups that's very similar to what you would do, like your driving style.
Anybody that does the open setups will know who Volker Hackman is. And it's just some guy that just made a bunch of these setups for all of the basic tracks, and it's pretty good. You could take that and put it. So we ran Dover 2013, which is different than the original Dover. Put it in there. I changed it to one click on the gear, and it wasn't bad. But of course, we did not knockout qualifying, but it was an all-star race, no points, and they did the 3-lap qualifying like they do in the All-Star.
Yeah,
that was cool. And the drivers after they did their 3 laps, whew, my heart rate's so wow, because I mean, it's different when you go out there and you qualify by yourself. They did it in practice mode, so everybody's watching you do it. He basically would say, "Hey, all right, Blaine Donnellan, you're up." Moves you down to a different room with him. Go up to the line, boom. All right, yeah, that's your first time lap. Go for it, and you go out and do it. And it was so much fun. Unfortunately for me, I was doing really well. And I wasn't nervous. I was doing good. Got a little loose coming out of the pits. Killed my momentum a little bit. But I did qualify in 5th spot. So still had a great race until late race crash.
looks like they're wrecking back there again. Yellow is up. Racing back to the line. McCarthy giving him a run. Rodney Sullins there. Hagley pushing McCarthy.
Here comes Bob, the Biscuit Seminary, going to give Rodney Sullins a wicked push.
Wow. It looked like that was going to work, but McCarthy actually lost a spot trying that. We will load up the rerun here and see what's going on.
Bob Seminary was able to make it up to that second spot. Danny Carroll still right there. He's fourth right now. 3 drivers in front of him that can go for that bounty. Now, does that mean that he has to win before and somebody doesn't get the bounty? Or is it a bounty that you need to take him off from the points? We did not ask that. Why don't we get Mr. Wolf down here and see if he can explain that to us?
Lots of hard hits there on that replay there.
Wolf part of the incident?
Oh, sorry. Let me check. I don't believe so.
All right, Brian Wolf, you got Rod and Blaine in the booth. You got a copy?
You got around it.
I do. What's up, guys?
We have a quick question about
nice move to get around that, by the way, dude.
Thanks. I missed all of them tonight except for the one before this one.
So the bounty on Denny Carroll, is that you have to beat him and just win, or is that knock him out of the points lead?
We just need to finish ahead of them.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Just curious on how that worked out, because I know, like a bounty, like in our tracks, we've had.
Brian just got spun around. Gracious. On his way into the pits.
I think we're distracting him.
Farrell, I think, wanted to be on television.
That wasn't the broadcast fault. That was somebody being anxious here behind me.
Yeah, I think it was Farrell. I don't know who it was. It might have been Lamas.
I don't know what Lamas was thinking there, but we're safe.
He wanted to be on television.
Yeah, the bounty thing on the 41. We just want the points to shake up. It's nothing personal, but
just a fun little thing, right?
Right. Yeah.
We've done that. They've done that in my local track where I cut my teeth. They put a bounty on there, and it was $100 if you beat them. If you didn't win that $100, the next week it went up to $200 and $300. This kid that they were after, his name was Aaron Fellows, won 32 races in a row.
Holy moly!
Yeah, he knew something that the others didn't. That's for sure.
They have a great car, but he is a wicked shoe. And then, of course, like I was talking earlier too, the female division, it's called the Women's Champ over here. They have the Pinkett. I can't remember her first name right off the top of my head, but she's won the first 3 races, so they put a bounty up on her. Anybody that can beat her gets $250 each week. It goes up to $250. So.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think there's any money involved in this one. Just why we do it.
Yeah, he's kind of sneaking up the show a little bit. You gotta.
Yeah, these guys. We do it for 3 reasons: the money, the glory, and the fun, mostly for the money.
Yeah. You make. All right. Well, we'll let you get out there and finish this thing, and hopefully.
Yeah, we're trying to get some green laps in here. I don't know what these guys are thinking, but you know.
Well, no, I don't see it.
These guys are getting excited a little early here, it seems like. But we had a couple other guys chirping at each other earlier.
Cool.
So we'll deal with that a little bit later. But
That's always good, though.
But,
Emotions
yeah.
run high.
Oh yeah.
Next time you do that, you're supposed to key the mics and just throw them in here with us. And
Yeah.
I like that meme I saw posted about the sim racers when they win, it's always hey, it's just a game, relax, But when they lose, it's catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah.
all right, buddy. We'll have fun.
All right, man. Yeah, we're gonna try here. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I think they should do a bounty on it. Whoever can knock him off the points lead. But the downside of that is then you're going to get someone who's going to brake check him, try to get him, wreck him or whatever. You don't want that.
No, I think it was just like a friendly little
I know.
challenge, right? But yeah, it could get out of hand.
Chuck McClure has found his way back to the lead again. He has led 17 laps thus far on the evening. Next one to lead anywhere near that is Vinnie Carroll with 7. Let's see, Rodney Solids led 6. Bob the Biscuit Seminaris led 3. There was one more that led 3, and that was Nate Balzer, who's now retired. And then we got a handful of guys out there that have led 1 lap.
We've got
David
an update on Nate. Angela in the YouTube chat. Sorry Nate left because we were looking to interview him. Sorry Nate left. He was pretty bummed. I promised him cheesecake if he won the race. And then she came back with another comment, but I do think he could still have a piece. If it's there, I'm going to eat it. Yeah.
There's a lot of flavors.
Yeah.
Strawberry cheesecake is my favorite.
Oh, McClure to the pits last minute.
Just saw that. Yeah. That means that's going to be 22, 21 laps when we go back green, maybe?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this?
Now we're like halfway from where we were before. We were talking about 2 stops. Now we're at that point.
I think McClure is probably going to go out there. If this thing goes green, he's also got Tim Nostra came in with him. Rodney Sullins, Mark Paglia. These are guys that run together a lot during the week. All these guys are coming in and hitting.
There's Javier Negron, Cy Jones.
Stay together, stay out of trouble. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily have to charge to the front, but they'll methodically and slowly or surely work their way up through there, especially if they can find somebody to pull them up there where they're not using up all their fuel. They might be really close to making it.
Fuel is always such a thing at Talladega, and it always makes the race so exciting.
Unless you have that one race that we had that they were all saving fuel. Instead of doing, around 200 miles an hour down the straightaway, they were only doing about 189 or 190.
Yeah, that was interesting because everybody was doing it.
But it wasn't that they were saving fuel to make it to the end. They were saving fuel so that when they did make their pit stop, they only had to do a splash of gas and not have pain.
Yeah, I remember that. Crazy strategy. Like, again, it's kind of a little bit of an inverted thing. I'm like, why are they running so slow? They got to pit again. But if you only need half a tank or half a can, that's a quicker, or like a splash, like that's a quicker pit stop. And I'm like, oh geez, like you just never think of that stuff. So I play the sim and then I go until I need gas. I go into what they recommend and that's it. These guys know exactly what they can do because they know exactly how much they can save. And it's crazy. I mean, the amount of strategy involved behind the scenes here. Oh, it's just a video game. Nope, it's a simulator, and that's what makes it a simulator. You need to have that.
So the lights are off. There we go. Bob the Biscuit Seminaire running, leading the show there, but Danny Carroll got a good launch. Bobby Farrell gave him a great shot. But see, I'm just going to say, you watch, Danny Carroll's going to drop to that bottom, then he'll go right back to the top as soon as that top gets that momentum coming. So Bobby Farrell's got Roger Palmer right there behind him. That's a good pusher right there. The Seminary goes to the high side. I mean, I'm with him. That's where I want to go. If you watch me race, I don't stay in that low line hardly at all. As soon as I get it, I'm up.
You called that one like clockwork. You wrote the script.
Yeah. I don't know. We've done this for, what, a couple of years now?
It's been a while.
Up in the booth. You know, and I've watched racing all my life. I know the nature of what a driver is usually thinking and what they're going to do.
Yep. And how this track operates, like you said, you're not full speed. You can definitely hold that bottom line longer, like on the first lap or two. And then once everybody starts getting up to speed, you slide up. But you also have to set yourself up to be in a position to slide up. So you got to know when to do it. Denny knows. He's had a lot of people in his review mirror through his NASCAR Racing 2003 season career.
Yep. And the thing about it is, you know, you sit there and look at Danny Carroll out front. He's got a great view out front. Nobody in front of him. But you know what? He's spending probably 80% of his time looking in that rear view mirror. Glances up front just to make sure he's not going to hit the wall, not going to hit something. He's watching what's going on behind him more than he is out the front of that car. Whew. Don't know why Danny moved down there, but he looked like he was trying to get Bob or something to boot. I don't know, but he moved down a little bit. Bob the Biscuit Seminary was almost ready to take that away from him. Creeping down to 20 laps to go. They're starting to get a little racy now. Two distinct lines and nobody, I'm just going to say nobody at the bottom. Just as soon as Bob Biscuit Seminary looked down there, Danny Carroll was right on that move. Oh, yeah, you ain't going to be able to block that one.
He's trying to get around him. I don't know if he's going to have nobody's going with him.
I was going to say that's going to hurt. Ken Roberts decided to come down and help him. Sat, I think that's
Brian Wolf.
Brian Wolf there? Okay, Chuck's on the high side there.
Yep. Yeah, Chuck's up top pushing Rodney. This
Just
is like a time for spectator cam.
Wide.
4 wide. Holy moly. And they're holding it. Oh, man, this is glorious. Look at that.
Oh, little contact. No,
they were holding it until they weren't. They were doing so good.
Oh, Hewlett up in the air, flips. Never landed on the roof, but he just flipped it over, landed on the wheels, never shifted, and never dropped below 160 miles an hour. He is still going.
Who's that? Hewlett?
Doug Hewlett. That
Okay.
was crazily good.
We'll watch this
Go
race
straight to it.
back to the yellow. We'll go back and get on the 23. It looks like the 41 will retain the lead. Seminara and Farrell third place.
Didn't
All
see
right.
where that started. Ooh,
It started with the 4 wide coming out of the turn, and there's a little bit of wash up, right? They almost had it, though.
Wolf has got the whole left side of the driver's side of that car is stoved in hard.
I'll leave it in slow motion here, one tick. As you can see, they're 4 wide, a couple rows deep here. Because the 23 and the 510, just for some reason, people wanted to go around them, I guess. And just a little nudge into the 17. 22 got tapped from behind. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, the 23 went up in the air, just did a quick little spinorama and never dropped below 150.
Landed and kept on going.
Yeah, a 360, kind of like a half spin there.
Airborne 360.
Yeah.
Landed go. Hillard was clear of that almost. Something happened that somehow Greg Palmer got a little tap from behind. That kind of oh, that's cool. Did you see that on the replay when its roof flaps come up?
Yeah, the hood flaps come up, and he's got the black fly. Yeah,
That's cool.
Rodney selling his paint job, hiding stuff all over the place.
I
Take a
didn't
couple
know
more
you
looks at
did that.
this. Oh, this mod's crazy. Like I've never messed really too much with the flaps. All I've ever done with the flaps is just change the color of them underneath. Underneath the hood, you can change underneath the hood color. I've messed with the steering wheels a little bit, but Rodney just goes crazy on the steering wheels. But yeah, this mod's got tons of stuff. You can change the aerial color of the camera on the roof of the car. Oh man, there's so many cars getting crushed right here. I don't even know where to focus. Novsker's in there, Breedlove's in there, McClure's in there, Paglia, Spring, Negron.
Say Seminara made it through that. So he's their leader right now. I think, Garland Oaks drove down through the bottom and made it through. He's in second.
Little heads up play.
Haglia was not involved in that. Noster, I saw Noster. He might be thinking, I just wanted to get caught back up, come around, hit this time by. He was involved, a late participant to it, but as he was just trying to ease through the field there a little bit, he got tagged and spun around. And I think he's going to probably pit this time by. I'm not 100% sure. I think you'll see Bob the Biscuit Seminara stay out. He's got fuel enough. Car's not damaged. It's a good, safe place for him.
Great driving there by Dave Little to get through that. A couple different incidents on the same incident. He was able to get through there unscathed. Looks like ASR is ducking to the pits. Any last minute? Back half, there'll be a few, I would assume.
I saw Tim Oster there go around, but apparently it didn't hurt the tires or anything. He's elected to stay out, currently in the 4th position. Might not be a bad move. We're going to be going, if we get here, 15 laps? Lights are still on the pace car. So we're going to get one more. So it's going to be like 13 laps to go. I would think, Seminara's got a really good chance. He's out front, which is one of the safer places to be, but with, getting close to 10 laps to go, business is going to pick up a little bit. You're going to probably see a little bit more of that three wide racing. We've seen more tonight than we have, as of late with these guys. Usually they get kind of in the middle of the race, kind of ease up a little bit, do a little bit of single file stuff, but they've been a little bit more racier tonight than normal. I would say, we're going to be.
Did you want to pull anybody down here to see maybe what the fuel strategy is looking like?
Let's talk to Noster for a minute. Tim Noster arrived playing in the booth. You got a copy? He's not listening to us? Tim, you got a copy? Well, must not be able to hear us. So we'll let him get back to his racing. I wanted to see, why he didn't fit that time by. We got nothing now? Who do you want?
We got the silent treatment from Tim. Sometimes I think it's a glitch, sometimes with the keys. Maybe he's trying to talk to us, but the button's not working. Robert Spring back there. Do you want to pull him down?
Sure. We can bring out old Bob the Builder. All right. We got Bob the Builder with us tonight. Bob, you got a copy?
I do.
So how's your night going so far?
Not bad. If I can keep it clean the rest of the way, we'll do okay.
No damage on the car yet, or is it?
No, I've been caught up in them, but I didn't pound on it too much.
What's the fuel situation looking like? Because we were kind of curious right now. Like some guys had to go, some guys chose not to.
I had to pit. I'm good to go now to the end. So some of them are saving fuel. So I think Tim may be saving. He's pretty good at saving fuel. So
what we got to do now is we got to get one of the guys in front of you there to, I think, paint a troll head trophy on the back bumper of their car. You can pick any one of the guys that runs up front. I mean, obviously you run up front there too, but we know how much you don't like the trolls. That might, get you a little more aggressive to pushing them guys up to the front, getting yourself up there.
That'll work real good.
Yeah.
We can put one. We can actually put one on the 41.
We definitely. There you go. That's a good one to put it on. We'll have to talk to Denny Carroll about that. But those of you guys don't know, the three of us play a game called Valheim. So we have been threatening to paint Robert Spring a Valheim car. So we're going to have to start thinking about that, getting something done up for him. But
yeah.
Something I just saw something I definitely would do though on those flaps. You got to put trolls heads on those flaps for sure. All right, buddy. Well, you're getting ready to go green. We'll let you get back at it. We figured we'd just come down and holler at you for a minute.
All right. Hopefully, I may be up to Tucky again. Who knows? I may go to the front.
Get her done, buddy. All right. Have fun. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Yeah, Valheim's a Viking survival game. It's actually a lot of fun. I don't usually have fun playing those games, but that one's a riot.
We've had way too much fun, way too many late nights.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Seminaires got the point. Arlen Oaks on the outside. Biscuit's right on it. Hagley are giving him a good shot. When Hagley lost that momentum from doing that, Rodney Summers was giving him a good shot. They're a little bit too far apart on that high line. That front inside line's going to go, but I'd be willing to bet you that once this gets rolling a little bit, you'll see Seminaire probably pull up there. Never mind. Already headed to the middle lane.
Yep.
Told you that's where he was going.
Whoa. Carroll's sitting back there about 7th or 8th. We mentioned him, obviously, because he's the points leader.
And the bounty guy.
Yeah, now that we're in the second half of the season, obviously this is, race number 6 last week, race number 5, the midway marker. So now we're past 50%.
Yeah, and I think that. Oh no!
Brian Wolf again.
Looks like he might have got
taking
a bump
a beating.
draft. Bump draft gone bad back there. We're racing back to the line. Craig Hagley's got the line.
Yep.
They got it. Okay, so the caution happened just before they hit the start-finish line. We've seen that happen before. A little confusing the first time that happened to us because they're not racing back. What's going on? But it was so close to the line. As soon as they hit the start-finish line, their positions are locked. So.
And that's the thing. It's when the yellow flag comes out, so we can see here the flag man. There's the accident in the back. Wolf gets spun into the wall. The flag comes out right there, and then they hit the line. So, unfortunately, Brian Wolf, I think, got the worst out of that one. He's not having a very good night. He got spun on pit road. He's been into the wall a couple times.
Yeah, when it goes bad, it goes bad,
Yeah, it's just, you can tell when it's not going to be your night.
When you have one of those nights where, without bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all, it makes for kind of a long night for you, really.
What a wallop. That thing went perpendicular right into that wall.
Kind of looks like it just a bump draft in the wrong place, kind of gone wrong.
Mm-hmm. And you can do it there. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it just doesn't work, though. And of course, unfortunately, that was one of those times.
I practiced out there the Saturday that I raced with these guys, and same with Thursday. I mean, I had guys pushing me through the corners during practice, bumping me. And I think a lot of it was them guys. They all know who I am pretty much, but not everybody knows my racing prowess.
Right.
Them out there trying to figure out, well, can I handle a bump? And then I get out there during the race, and we have a accordion effect thing that happened through the tri-oval. I said there's something about that, before Dylan Young gets into the back of me after the race, very, very apologetic. And I'm telling him, I said, racing deal, everything checked up so quick. You had no time at all. And that's the hard thing about this kind of racing is you can't see that far ahead of you sometimes to know what's going to happen. And, it eventually just the momentum catches up to you. And it's not the first car that caused the problem. That has the problem. It's like the fifth or sixth car back where the problem all ends up.
Yeah. It looks like the 510 might have had a flat tire. The way that it was sitting on pit road looked kind of weird. I'm just backing it up to see maybe in that tussle, because it was coming in sideways. I guess it doesn't really matter because it was under yellow, but yeah, I mean, he was slamming on the brakes pretty hard.
Yeah, if you have the...
And right there it went flat, I think. It's funny how you can kind of just see the way the car is bouncing.
Yep.
And it's probably flat.
Yep.
Yep.
Craig Hagelin is out in front now. I don't know what the sponsorship is on that Ford. He doesn't have the dark horse. He's got the old style Ford Mustang. Bob Seminara, the Biscuit. Seminara second. Third right now is Rodney Sullins. Olton's on there, wishing him to get out there and get out front, get that bounty,
We're headed into the last 10 laps here. Speaking of sponsors, we should pay the commercials for Bryant Motorsports and the Parts Garage.
Sounds like a plan.
Just totally slipped my mind there. So, yeah, thank you very much to Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales, in cahoots with the Parts Barn as well. We're going to watch some advertising. They sponsored the entire season number 2 here on Saturday night, so we thank them very, very much. And the advertisements are as follows.
Get this car for Grandma. Me too. He got it at Bryant Motorsports on High Street in Portsmouth. She's really gonna love it. I know, right? If you need a car, give us a call at 393-2600. That's 393-2600.
At the Parts Barn Used Auto Parts, we're crushing cars and prices. The last Saturday of every month is half price. We pull for you, or you pull your own and save even more. Call or search inventory at PartsBarnVA.com. The Parts Barn, Suffolk and Portsmouth.
But there we are, Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales with the Parts Barn as well. Again, thanks to them for sponsoring this stuff. It's pretty awesome that we can play our favorite simulator a different way and broadcast it for everybody. And who knew that people would actually want it done on a weekly basis?
Yeah.
We must be doing something right. So thanks everybody, of course, for watching.
Lights are off. They're just getting out of the turn 1, turn 2. I don't know how you want to call it here. I think there's only 3 corners here. 4, I guess, if you count the tri-oval. But yeah, I don't know. But either way, had Craig Helge out front, Bob the Biscuit Seminaire, Rodney Sullins. Craig, yeah, boy, I thought I just took a drink here. Growling Oaks, then Carroll, then Noster,
We got Al Sullins in the YouTube channel there saying, stay up front for 38 to miss those wrecks. He's currently sitting in third, second row. And then,
Bryant. Is that
yep.
David Chin with the Bryant?
It might be after the last, in the YouTube chat, after the last 2 weeks, I need to look at a garage sale for the next race, or for a neck brace and a walker.
I got a wheelchair if you need one. Oh, that's
all
fun.
on you, 38, no prisoners, according to Al Collins. There's Dad watching, so yeah, there's the 38 right there, so he's ready to go. No scratches on it, I don't think. We can take a look at it.
I guess we should ask Chris Elliott who he picked. I don't see his pickup there yet. He did say something. He did say something a while back. Oh, okay, here he is. He's picking Rodney Sellens. So we got another Rodney Sellens up there for the win tonight.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you right on schedule. It is back there. We missed it. It got buried a little bit. Yep. So Chris Elliott, who usually drives the number 9, is voting for Sullins. He's looking pretty stout tonight, he says.
He's always stout if he can stay out of the troubles.
Stout. Now I want a beer.
Say,
a great launch.
Garland Oaks gave Seminara a great shot there. See what happens when we come out of there. Is Hagley going to stay on the bottom line?
No.
Or is he going to do like what they've been doing? Moving up right about there?
Right about there, yeah. Oh, maybe not.
But there again, that inside line had a better momentum, so he just elected to stay there. I think he's going to stay there. He's always on. Yeah, he could go up if he wanted to now.
I mean, it depends who you want pushing you. You know, he does not want to go to the middle. You do not want to go to the middle right now because you got that high line coming, and it eats that middle. See, right there, that'd have been a horrible move. If he went to the middle, he'd have been out to lunch right now.
Yep. Nostra got a little bit of a push there from Chuck McClure. You know, got him a little out of shape. That killed the momentum on that high line.
The high line is strong. There's like 10 cars up there.
Yeah, I think if they get it going, you know, like I said, that just a little slip up kind of slowed that line down. Get that rubber band wound up.
Oh, there goes more guys.
Oh!
Crashing back there.
Brandstetter, you got Javier Negron, saw Doug Hillock involved.
Racing back, lap number 60. Once we hit the line, it turns to 60. We will go green again before the race is done. Nobody's a lap down.
I was watching to see what they were going to do up front there. And Denny Carroll was really looking for some room there. Bob the Biscuit Seminara was trying as well, trying to see if they could find a way to get out there and back out front in that more treasured position where they want to be right now. Looks like Denny Carroll's going to come across there in third. He wanted to be out front. You know, I most of these guys, they'd rather be out front controlling the race than being like in third or fourth. But there again, third and fourth, you get the right run. You can get down there and go. We're going to probably have, I would say, probably 4 laps left to go when they go back green. Oof. Javier Negron had nowhere to go on that one.
Yeah, we're just following him here, and you can kind of see it happen in front of him. Top line gets out of shape, and then everybody just. Well, he didn't wear out the rear tires on that spin around. And the roof, no, they didn't. The roof flaps definitely did their job too. That car should have been a blowover, but see, the flaps come up. The car wants to go over. There's air underneath that car right now. But he's doing a handstand. Oh, we lost him. What happened? There it goes.
Your drone was too low and hit the ground.
Yeah, it was hitting the ground.
Rodney Sellens was able to make up one position from the last restart, so now it's going to be either on the high side or the low side, depending on what Hagley takes. Be interesting to see where does he get put, who's going to be behind him. I'd say you look in the rearview mirror and you look behind you. There's really no bad choices to have for a driver behind you.
Who's that?
Rodney Sellens is going to be. He's currently second. He's going to get to lead one side, one line, or the other. It literally depends on which way Craig Hagley chooses whether you're going to take the high side or the low side.
Now, I wonder the league. Are they able to fast track the yellows? I can't remember. Some leagues are able to do that. I know Rolling Thunder can do it. Maverick can do it. I don't know if they have the executable here to do that.
I don't think they do. But we're still going to get a restart.
Yeah, definitely. Will. Yeah, I'm showing Pat McCarskey is still running, but he's like minus 29 laps. I don't
he's
believe
not on the track.
Yeah, so he's probably retired, but I'm curious if GNL TV is reporting that to us. I wonder if the game thinks that he's still out there too and will add another lap for a lap down car, even though he's not racing.
He has left the server too, so
yeah.
I'm checking to see if that maybe he had just got out of the car, took a trip up to the grandstand, is watching the race, but he is no longer on the facilities. The car's packed away into the truck, so. I'm not sure, but the game does that sometimes. It will glitch out and kind of keep drivers on there that aren't, technically aren't on there. And it's too bad too, because if he wasn't there, we would have had one lap more racing.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Yeah, because the lap down cars have to wait to pit, so they add one lap to the sequence. That's why I'm like, why are we not going green yet? Like you can see the lights stay on.
I do remember somebody talking about how, depending on where you exit, can do that. So another
what do you mean?
I think it's something like if you go into your own pit and you exit out of your own pit, or if you don't do it in the right spot, it will, instead of kicking you out of the server like what we're seeing there, it keeps you in the server. I'm not really sure which way that went.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like if you were to retire on the track, retire on the pits, or retire in your stall.
Right.
There's all these different scenarios of like, it thinks you're still on there.
It could have the potential to think you were on it. It doesn't work like that all the time, but it can do that.
Right.
I've heard that through other leagues that will, part of their drivers meeting will say, if you, are forced to retire, you have to do it this way, or it keeps that your car on, still kind of categorized in the server.
So they've figured out the glitch and they know how to get around it, right? So it's not like you just went into your pit stall and parked it there, like you actually got out of the car and left. The game gets confused and thinks you're just sitting there still.
I think we're going to have a green-white checkered.
Might be.
A free-for-all. Sit there and try to figure out how many cars has Rodney Sellens painted in this field time.
There's a couple. I know he's painted at least one. The one he's driving.
Yep. And the one that's 2 positions behind him on the outside. And there's you go 3 more to get to the next one. Go. Quite a few of these cars out here are painted by him. Does great work.
I forget about Seth Cole too. He's got a lot.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of really good ones.
He's got some good ones, but they're all the cartoon crap or the anime.
All the anime stuff, yeah.
Anime.
Because he, Michael Norman got 2nd place on Thursday, and that was a Cole design.
Yep.
And I can't remember the sponsor, but it was a cool looking car.
I know it was green because I was following it for the first half of the race. Everywhere Michael went, I would stay right with him. And then the thing that separated us was he went to the inside, and I just committed to the high side and rolled on the high side and went ahead of him. So, come in.
So what is going to happen here now? We've got these guys.
Ooh.
Paglia pulling out there. Wonder what happened in the middle there. Everybody sort of went for a walk.
Well, maybe he wanted to throw his water bottle out.
Yeah. No
Didn't want to
littering.
throw it on the track.
That should not mess up the restart. They got back in line.
Aglia takes the bottom. Rodney Sullins on the high side. Denny Carroll, Bob the Biscuit Seminaire, Gallon Oaks, Ken Roberts, Cody Lamas, and Randy Waugh, and Dennis McCarthy. And we haven't really seen much of him. Greg Lovell hasn't been out running out near the front. Not that Greg Lovell is not talented enough to get there. He will be there, but he's just ran maybe a little bit different strategy tonight, tried to stay out of trouble. And then, of course, if you run the top 3 or 4, most of the incidents he had no choice but to be in it. Pace car turn down on pit road.
Craig Hagley leads the pack. He is first place, decided to stay on the low line. Leader does have lane choice. Chose to stay on the left. Odd numbered positions on the bottom. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, place your bets.
Yeah.
Probably the next flag is going to be the end of the race.
Yep. We'll be locked on to the front of this pack.
Could even start by both front drivers, but Seminara didn't get the great start, so Rodney Sullins not going to have the push for a moment, and he won't get out there. He just needs to get some more cars behind him. Seminara's a little bit back, Ken Roberts a little bit back, Dave a little bit too far back. They've got to get up there and get to those guys so they can push them up to the front. Ooh, McCarthy from the bottom to the high side. Great move. Didn't kill that line's momentum and added to it when he got there. Gotta love it when they do that.
Both lines, yeah, that's the finesse. It's so smooth. Both lines really strong.
It's going to come hard on the outside. He's already up to Denny Carroll. Past Denny Carroll. Look at this. He's going to lead this lap.
Yep. Rodney Sullins.
Tonight. 2 laps to go. When we come back around, we're going to see the white flag. Sullins still out there a little bit. Seminara giving him a great push. Denny Carroll's pushing Hagley down the bottom. A couple of Mustangs down the bottom. Whoa!
Wow.
He saw that momentum coming and dropped down. Oh, no.
This is for the win.
Race back to the line situation. We're not going to have a last lap.
Nope. This is the last lap now. And they're going into the trial. Well, I don't think anybody can catch Rodney.
I think he's got it in the right position so they can't get by him.
Not enough time.
A couple of Mustangs looking for the room. There is no room.
Nope. That will be Rodney if he can get to the checkered flag. Of course, I'm sure there's no issue on fuel. This is the white flag and the yellow flag at the same time.
Get the chance to talk to Denny Carroll, Craig Hagley, and tonight's winner. As long as these guys can make it around to the start-finish line, Rodney Sullins is going to win this thing. I think somebody ought to start talking with Chris Elliott and Alton Sullins a little bit. They picked the winner tonight.
Yeah.
I think, they might, these guys might start slipping a little money to Chris Elliott. Pick me.
Man, there is cars over the fence. Three cars over the fence.
Wow. That was a wicked.
Yowza. That is gnarly.
And who was it there the day we were talking to? They went airborne and said, yeah, you're a pilot without a license. And they said, oh, no, I have a pilot's license.
Oh, I can't remember who that was. Yeah, that was an interview somewhere. We talk to too many people. We can't keep it all straight.
Oh, no. What we only do this, a couple of nights a week.
Yeah.
You do it more than I do.
Yeah, there are a couple of extra ones in there because of the RTG races. There's the checkered flag in the air, the flag stand.
Oh, that's awesome. Rodney Sullins deserves that. He's been running. I mean, I know he's won races before, but that's pretty awesome.
He's been having some bad luck, though. So.
Yep. Every driver, congratulating.
The Habrana Brisa Rodney Sullins machine, Black Rifle. No, it's not Black Rifle. He's running the.
Black Rifle on the side.
Oh, it's still there? Okay. Yeah.
You think about this, guys. You're watching that on the broadcast. Every driver is coming up and congratulating. It's not just a couple of drivers. That's good. This is how how well known this guy is and how well liked this guy is. Everybody's coming up and giving him a little love taps, congratulating him on his win.
Yeah. Yeah, they're coming up 2 by 2 and they're squeezing them.
Yeah.
Elvis Spring just about wrecked him. Ken Roberts and Ken Roberts' machine smashed to pieces, still made it up there to give Rodney a rub. Rodney could bump him back and you wouldn't even be able to tell. Enough damage on the 55 to last the next couple of weeks. Dennis
McCarthy lost connection in the finished in the 23rd position tonight.
Oh man, yeah, because he was in that wreck and he was up in like the top 5 or 6, I think. Oh, Rodney to the grass for this one.
Hey, you never know when it's going to be a last racing, last win, and I don't mean to say that the way just because Black Cowboy said you celebrate them all when you get an opportunity. There's so much talent out here. It's very, very hard to win a race. I have to look really quick. I don't think we've had a repeat winner yet this year.
Yeah, who's got the win column?
That's our 6th different winner for this season?
Rodney Sullins looking for the Rodney Sullins paints. Whoops. He's driving away from me. I detached the camera. Whoa. Maybe it's a good thing I detached the camera. Yikes. Oh, and he's parked on the...
Memorial, yeah.
He's parked on the memorial thing. That's cool.
I'll tell you, if I win a race at this track, either here or on Thursday, if I happen to be in a situation, that's right where I would go. And remembering all of the fallen drivers that were part of, RTG and ASR and in all the leagues, like Bob Dixon. I was really, really happy to see that Bob Dixon, his name was added to that. That's pretty cool.
Unfortunately, that one there was the newest addition to the memorial banner. Of course, Dave Cannon as well. Bobby Nisus. There's a lot of guys on there, man. But yeah, I've noticed this ever since that John Godfrey added this thing to the infield. Every time somebody wins, they head over to that.
So, hey guys, tell Rodney in the interview, his old man was pulling for him. Now that he's got to pull for the Tide girls next week in Oklahoma City. He'll be there. It's cool. All right, let's see if we can find Denny Carroll. Denny Carroll, you got Rod and Blaine in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Wait, you didn't come out with the win, but fairly solid night, 3rd. Let me see if I can look at the thing. I know you led 12 laps over the night. Unfortunately, not the most. Chuck McClure took that from you tonight, but still 12 is not too bad. 3rd place. I think that's going to keep you solidly in the points lead for now.
Oh, yeah.
They're
going to have to work harder than they did tonight to get the point lead away from me.
Well, I was just looking at the list real quick. I
should have padded it a little.
You padded it a bit because none of the drivers. I mean, I'm trying to look at the highest driver probably would be
10. Did he get caught up in that last wreck?
Yep, Ken was not in the top. I'm just going by like
Yeah,
the top.
Ken's car was demolished in that last wreck.
Doug Halick was 10th. That's the closest guy, and he was 8th going in, 49 points behind you. So you really led ahead, for the drivers that were just behind you in the points. So you padded it up pretty good. Quickly, just sum up your race night.
Yeah, well, I just tried to stay up in the top 5 to get a good finish is what I was after. And did you see that last wreck? I seen the 24 turn, and he hit me right dead in the door. I thought I was going to be wrecked and tore up. But I don't know how it didn't wreck me, but thank God it didn't.
That's a good thing.
That happened a couple times tonight. Guys were getting kind of bumped around, but never really escalated too much.
Yeah, it hit me right where my passenger door is. I think if it had been on backside, it would have turned me.
So now, you were 4 races away. I would say, I'm, speculating, you're probably going to have 35-point lead. Do you keep racing the way you always do and headed to the front, try to stay out front? Or do you start thinking a little bit more about points racing? What's your strategy from here on out?
Same as it was at the first race of the season. Just race and get the best finish I can get and win it if I can win it.
I knew he was going to say that. I just somehow knew that. That's what he was going to say.
I believe when you back off and try to race, take it easy, you get in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the gap is on the lead. You just got to go out and you got to try to win every race.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have where I was running, and when that caution came out, I didn't have no momentum or nothing. All I could do was push.
Yeah.
But, third is awesome.
Yeah.
Rodney, he drove a good race. He deserved that one. And he kept all his gears. Rodney kept all his gears tonight. He earned it.
We'll talk to him about that. The transmission guy. I think he's gone through about 4 or 5 of them over the course of the little time that Blaine and I have been doing broadcasts for.
Oh man.
His transmission guys, they take it hard. He's not had a lot of luck.
Well,
Blaine, go ahead.
I sent my little crew guys down there during happy hour and put an Appalachian transmission in his car. That's why it held together.
So now we're starting to see the story. So just remember, we got to interview him still yet. We might be letting him know that you've been putting a little special sauce in his transmissions as of late.
Well, I only did tonight. That's why it held together.
Oh, okay.
I helped him out.
You helped him out. That moonshine in there to thin up the oil enough to keeps it going.
Now these boys back here in the hills where I live, when they build something, they build it right.
There you go. Blaine, do you have any questions for Denny?
I can't remember if you drive in the cockpit or not. You're a cockpit guy, aren't you?
Bar chase.
Oh, it's bar chase. Okay.
I
was wondering,
cockpit, but you can't see in it.
No, that's like I said, we've looked at it before. Some guys race in the cockpit, and I can't understand how, especially on this track, because it's just when you're behind a guy, it's all you can see is their bumper.
So
you can't see over.
Yeah, you can't really see to the left or the right. I mean,
well, even in the rear view, I mean, the rear view mirror is always the same, but like you seem to make the right lane changes at the right time. Like you can see those lanes coming and going. And it's like, well, okay, I'm going to stay down here because those guys aren't working very good or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's it's important to be able to see where you're going.
Yeah, I love the cockpit view, but only offline. Like if I'm racing against the AI, sure, but I'm on the roof every other time.
I like it, but on a mile and a half or short tracks, sometimes I use the cockpit.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is do you only run far chase, at the super speedways, or do you still run the far chase others? But you kind of answered it on some of the short tracks. But let's say you get to like Michigan and something like that. Are you cockpit or you far chase?
Michigan, that's the draft comes into play at Michigan. I usually do far chase, but I don't know. I like driving a cockpit. I can turn faster laps, like at Charlotte or Atlanta or somewhere in the cockpit. I can turn faster laps.
See, I run cockpit on everything except for the super speedways, and then I've just recently learned I run on the roof only on super speedways, other than a small cockpit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I run a little bit of steering assistance at like Talladega and Daytona
Same.
because it keeps your car from weaving around a lot.
That's
Everywhere else, it's zero. Anywhere else I go, except for Daytona and Talladega.
oh, cool. All right, buddy. Well, we're gonna get on to the next guy, so we'll give you a chance to for you to thank anybody, whatever that got you here. So the floor is yours.
I appreciate you guys doing the broadcast, and thanks to Bryant Motorsports for putting these races on, and Ken Roberts and everybody that races. I have a great time over here, and I love this series. And great job, Rodney. You wore them out tonight.
Well, there you go. Our current points leader padded the lead a little bit, finished third tonight. Congratulations on your third place finish, and looking forward to see what you got in store for us for next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Denny. Have a good night.
All right, from our third place guy to the second place guy, Craig Hagley tonight. You got a copy. You got Rod and Blaine in the booth.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen?
So you ran around the front most of the night. Led a few laps out there. Had a great car for the pretty good for the whole race. Kind of just didn't get out there. I see you try to make that late move on Rodney Sullivan, see if you could get that win. Tell us a little more about your race.
Oh, that's pretty good, coming all the way from the back, getting up there to the front and leading around before the last part of the pit stops and getting up there and contending. Just bad spot getting the draw there being on the inside on that last restart. I'd like to have been up high, but glad to come home second like this.
There's nothing wrong with the second place finish, unless some people look at it as, you're the first loser, but not with racing with the talent that you got here. I'd be happy with a fifth place finish for sure.
Oh yeah, the talent here is outstanding. It's good just to run in the top 10. So to be right up here is an elite company, that's for sure.
Yeah. All in all, though, like I said, great race tonight. You avoided some. I don't know if you get involved in any of those wrecks. I think the one of them everybody did except for about 4 or 5 cars. Were you able to sneak through that one without getting any damage?
I think I must have borrowed Grant's lucky horseshoe because I was pretty well able to skirt through about everything tonight. So if he doesn't mind, I'll hang on to it for another couple weeks because I could use it.
Yeah, as long as it fits in there, right? Yeah. That's an old Jimmy Johnson reference, if you didn't know that, Blaine.
Okay.
Drivers used to say that he had a horseshoe in places,
Right.
golden horseshoe.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Do you have any questions for Craig?
Oh, like you said, the qualifying position of 35th, and then being able to make it through, because some of those wrecks were pretty catastrophic for some guys. Right place, right time, man. Like, awesome run.
Yeah, out the windshield was pretty gnarly a few times. I don't know how I made it through a few of them, but either way, I just scuffed up the front one time and we took her on to the front.
Hail Mary, close your eyes and hope when you get to the other side the track is clear. Well, go ahead, Craig.
Go ahead.
So we'll give you the chance to thank anybody and everybody that you'd like to thank to get you here or anything. The floor is yours.
I want to thank all the admins and the owners over here at ASR for putting on everything and giving us a place to race. Bryant Motorsports Park, or auto sales. All my teammates, couldn't be anywhere where I'm at without y'all, and y'all for the broadcast. Let's go get it again next weekend. Good win, Rodney.
All right. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. That'll help you. You missed one race, and you're down there in the points a little bit because of that, but that'll help you out. Maybe you can work your way up in the top 10 in at least the next 4 races if you can manage to get here to do it.
See where she rolls.
All right. Congratulations and good job.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Craig. Congratulations. Yeah, from 35th to 2nd.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow. Man that we've been hoping to interview all season long. Dad's very proud of you. Rodney Sullins, you got Ron Blaine in the booth. You got a copy.
What's up, fellas?
Hey now.
Dad says, hey guys, tell Rodney in the interview his old man is pulling for him. Now he's got to go pull for the Tide girls next week at Oklahoma City. He'll be there.
Yeah, we've been going to Oklahoma City for the Women's College World Series for about 14 or 15 years now.
He wanted us to mention it, so we did.
Copy that. Thank you.
Very good race for you. Ran around the front most of the night. You led 10 laps on the night, which, not the most, but either way, it shows that you were strong all night long. You managed to stay out of trouble. I don't remember because we had a little technical difficulties with the broadcast and that first big pileup. I know you had to be somewhere near it. How did you make it through that mess?
It happened right behind me. I was, just right behind me. I started fourth tonight, qualified fourth, and kind of got in I don't even know where I was exactly, what position I was when it happened. But it just seemed to be right behind me. So I made it through that, and but kept all my gears tonight. The motor didn't blow up, so it's a positive night.
So we were talking about that with Denny Carroll. I had a little comment about, we thought maybe he was putting some special sauce in your gears to take them out. And he said, no, I'm putting stuff in there to help him keep his gear together. So the question I have is how many transmission guys have you fired and hired new ones for in the last, 6 months?
All of them. I'm just doing them myself now.
Oh, there you go. So there's the difference. There's the difference. Now you're doing them yourself, because we do know that you've had some issues with transmissions. I'm not really sure what company you go with. It. You might want to think about getting the different one. But now that you're building them yourselves, it seems to be working. You're keeping them going and keeping them going forward.
Yeah. It's been good, but it's fun. It's just like I say, the frustrating thing about it is it's the game does it randomly. Seems like some people get it randomly more than others. I'm pointing at me right now.
Yeah.
But it's just not, the cars were different 20-something years ago. So damage to transmissions and motors, it's just doesn't happen much anymore. So be nice to tone that down, because it doesn't bring anything to the sim anymore. We're out here to have a good time, and a motor blowing up or a gear like last week, my gear, fourth gear falling out from my car in the lead, just caused a wreck. It doesn't benefit anybody. It's just not any good. So hopefully we can get that taken out some way, somehow.
And for those of you that don't know, the reference to what he's saying to, back when this game came out, they had qualifying motors, they had practice motors, they had motors they just throw in just for the race, and they did have a lot more breakdowns due to the fact that the qualifying motor was only made to do 3 laps, and that's it. And so that's kind of where that comes from. But that's a pretty good reference to that. Is they don't do that as much until they got to these newfangled cars now with the transaxles in them. Until they got that figured out, they blew up a few of them there. But yeah, that's kind of a cool thing to bring up about the game still has that random breakdowns.
Yeah, and again, I got no use for it, none whatsoever.
You've used yours up, I think. Like it's weird how many times it's happened to you.
I can't remember, but it's one of them that you could turn that off. And I don't know if there's a way you could actually turn it off since then, but I don't know. Blaine, do you have any questions for Rodney?
You got your father Al watching live. Is there other people in the family that watch?
My cousin Eric has been watching, and his friend, my friend Kevin, Dad Eric Sullins, Kevin Duclos, those guys watch me. That's about all the contingent that I have. But Eric, I think, had something going on tonight. Kevin, I'm not sure, but they typically go back and watch them. So obviously I want to thank those guys, and especially Dad for watching. He's been watching for quite a few seasons now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's cool.
Before we give you that nod to thank the people, I have a question. How many cars on the field tonight did you paint?
Not many in this series over here, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not sure about that one. 10, 11, 12.
And of course, I'm in my Jägerbomb car, but I didn't race, but I'm in that tonight. So yeah, well, add 13 to that. That's pretty incredible. And then there's one you look at, and when a guy paints so many cars and he looks at one, he goes, "I'm not sure if that one's mine or not." He has a lot of cars and he does excellent work. I will give my hats off to you on that one. But
well, thank you.
We'll give you the chance to thank anybody and everybody you want to thank for tonight. So the floor is yours.
Appreciate it. Obviously, I want to thank TARNATION TV and Blaine and Rod. I know I could tell on the screen that you were fighting something earlier in the race, but I'm glad you got it figured out. I had sent, I know the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series race was in a rain delay, and Jason, crew chief for the Haas factory team number 41, I messaged him and asked if they were going to race. He said it's really foggy right now, and so I sent him a link to the broadcast. And I said, well, if you guys are bored, check it out. That was about the time you were having the problem, so I don't know if they had time to or not anyway, but I sent it to them. But anyway, appreciate everything you do, Blaine, with your broadcasting and stuff that you do, you and Rod. Obviously, ASR, I want to thank ASR, what they do here, putting this on Saturday nights. Bryant Motorsports for sponsoring the series, the broadcast, everything that they do. This wouldn't be as much fun if we couldn't watch it here and go back and watch your broadcast. So thank you to Bryant Motorsports. Really do appreciate it. Ken Roberts, Brian Wolf, the admins here, do a great job. I want to thank my RPM teammates. Had a good run tonight. Craig, that was a nice job, man. I was kind of hoping you was going to win it, actually. You've been in and out of here. Denny had another good run. Black Rifle Coffee, Habana Brisa, Andy's Frozen Custard, and Wickers. Again, Dad, Eric, Kevin, thank you guys. The family and friends of Kyle Busch, man, our thoughts and prayers are with all of them. What a horrible thing. I do have a question for you guys. I know a wreck happened tonight, but how was that 4 wide? Was that not cool?
What's that? What was that?
4 wide. How was that? 4 wide not cool?
We were talking about it. I was like, they're 4 wide, and for you guys are doing that for about a lap, and then unfortunately something happened in the middle of it, and that's was cause of one of the big wrecks.
Yeah, I was debating, and then Chuck was behind me, and I'm like, you know what? If I go, Chuck's going. So I went, Chuck went. Next thing I know, it looked good. I just looked up for a second on the broadcast and could see it, and I was like, that looks awesome. Cool.
Anyway,
guys,
I've seen you guys do it 3 wide all day, all night long. But can you imagine 12 laps, 20 laps of 4 wide racing? That would just be, no wrecking, and getting it done. That'd be awesome.
That would be a blast. That would be nerve-wracking. 3 wide can be a little bit nerve-wracking. 4 wide definitely would be, but it's doable.
Yeah, you guys were doing it today with the 4 wide.
Yeah, it's 100% doable. If everybody holds their own, then it's 100% doable. And I'd like to see more of it, to be honest with you, see what happens. But anyway, it is what it is.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on the win. Hopefully we'll see you here next week, and maybe in Victory Lane. And good luck on Thursday. Hopefully you can get your 38 in Victory Lane there as well.
Yeah, well, I won't be Thursday or here this coming week. I'll be at Oklahoma City. So from Wednesday till Monday, I'll be out of town.
You enjoy your time off from racing, and we'll see you in a couple weeks then. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good job, bud.
Thanks, Rodney.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
There we go. Rodney Sullivan's out in the winner tonight, looking very, very happy. I should say for that. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, a great run, and a lot of stuff going on tonight, and it's tough to get through it all, but he found his way through it. Same with Craig, somehow kept the car clean, and all these guys got podium finishes for it. So,
absolutely.
Bless you. Dog sneezing. Must be time to go. Well, she just woke up. Must be time to go outside. Good timing though. Almost a 3-hour broadcast. Holy smokes. Anyway, yeah. Apologize for the technical glitches at the front of the broadcast. You missed one file. At least I figured it out. That would have been horrible to have to cancel and then find it out after and go, oh yeah, pace car transfer. Missed one. But either way, apologize for that one. But we got it figured out and got a pretty good race. And let me see. Yeah, of course, thank you to Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales, David Chin, Brian Wolf, Ken Roberts, the whole crew over there that runs these races on Saturdays. Of course, the viewers who interact with us live. A lot of interaction on these races on Saturday night. A lot of views. Anybody who watches it on the replay, thank you as well. You click a thumbs up button over there.
Subscribe.
And subscribing. Yeah, that's always fun. And and Mr. Weston, thank you.
Absolutely. I love it. We have a great time with these guys.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Well, I guess that's it for this evening. Yep, she's scratching at the door now.
All right.
The dog is going to head out into the darkness and go to the bathroom on the grass. But that's
it's not snow.
The life of a dog. Yeah. But yeah, as always, thank you everybody involved for digging what we do, and we will be back here Monday super late open speedway, Tuesday back at Maverick at Charlotte, we're back at Rolling Thunder Gaming on Thursday with the Talladega Challenge, and of course we'll be right back here next Saturday doing this again for race number 7 of 10. We're getting close to the end, but as always, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.